We're gonna stand right here. You guys are gonna watch me cut up some meat. That's how we get down over here. Can you? Oh, we're good. These guys are just gonna visit with me for a minute. Hi guys.
Big old bag here.
I need you to cut it open and drain it.
We got home. We just got home, so we're trying to finish our little prep before sundown. Which involves cutting this meat up.
Yeah, we're sliding in sideways to Shabbat. Whoa, hey, we got Connie on here, Matt's on here. Shalom, y'all. We're gonna go live, but I gotta do some meal prep, and then the wifey's gotta cook me up some steak. So whenever we're done with the livey, we've got our food done.
Thank you, party people.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I don't even know if, is it 5x5 or what's up? Is it working?
We're just over here talking to ourselves.
Is it not working? What's up, Glock 316? Shabbat Shalom, brother. Almost. We sliding into it sideways this week. Yeah, super duper sideways. Oh, me and Tactically Torah been out of town tearing it up. And
Come on.
I wanted to go live on people. Hey, Kermode Bear, what's up, fam?
I don't know how drained I'm supposed to do this.
I mean, so cut it. You're gonna just slice the whole side down, baby. Yeah, so you can like pull the meat out of the sock. Ooh, that sounds weird.
No.
What's up? Hey, encouraging communities on here. What's up, yo?
Cut on that ice chest.
What?
Use the ice chest as a cutting
As a table.
table.
No, it's
Here,
fine.
let me slide it over to you, love.
Ready?
Hold on, guys. I'm with you. Yeah.
You want me to throw it on the table? Or are you going to use the cutting board?
No, throw it on the table.
No?
Yes, throw it on the table.
Oh, there you go. Big old beef.
Oh goodness, there's some meat. Hi guys. Yeah, so I've got this big old chunk of steak here. And I got and although it's steak, it hasn't been turned into steaks.
It is still only meat blob.
Here, mommy.
Oh gosh, dang it. Look at it.
Ready? Oh gosh, dang it.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh! I did it again.
Jeez Louise, I didn't want to cut through here. Well, I might have to tune that up a little bit more.
Cut the table?
No.
Oh, fight you. Oh.
Hi guys. Yeah, it does look great. Here, I'll give you a little close up. Oh, that's so marbly. Look at that. Yeah, that was not a great cut though. Hey, love. I think I'm gonna take the tail off of this, and then I want my regular knife.
What does that mean? Is it this one?
My
His prepping knife. Big, giant, enormous one.
the big ginormous one, maybe.
That's called the prepping knife. Prep knife.
I'm gonna assume it's one of these.
I can turn that into something else. But if I clean this up just a smidge, that'll be a real pretty steak.
You're real pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, guys. Once he's done with this part, he will be.
Yeah, I'll be all yours in just a minute. Let me just cut some steaks up.
I just don't know how to cut it, so he's doing it while I prep food.
So you might go, dang, that's a lot of steak. Well, I'm about to start a diet because I'm at the age where gas station food just seems to hang around a little bit longer than I want it to. And although pandas are cute and cuddly,
But they're vicious.
they're not near as fast as they used to be. And that is an issue. So I'm gonna do some meat diet.
Carrot. Diet.
And we'll see how it goes. And I found a smoking deal on this big old chunk of meat. It was about half half of the regular price of a steak is what I got this for. So I didn't pass up the deal. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. That'll cut it though. That's way better. There we go.
Hey, little Hollywood. You got the cash, but the credit's no good.
What you guys been up to? I know we're just hanging out and I'm like cutting meat. You guys are trying to talk to me. Nobody's in the chat.
Prepping for Shabbat.
We're just doing Shabbat prep. It's like super last minute, but we are live tonight and we gonna be live.
Don't move that Band-Aid. All right.
We get the Montreal and the garlic powder out.
And the what? I missed last one.
Montreal garlic powder, onion powder. Yeah, those are really nice looking. I mean, how do we have so many? 7? 8? Holy crap, that's a lot of steaks. That's a lot of steaks. This is way more steaks than I thought there was going to be on here.
Did we got onion powder out, right? Or garlic powder? Kind of stuff. We missed last week.
Yeah, we missed last week. I was shot last week. And you guys know I went live this week working,
No.
but I wanted to hang out with you guys and do some fellowship. And man, the wife's super duper eager to see you guys. She was in the chat last time, but I know y'all want to see her
It's
face.
just not the same.
It's not the same.
Almost done, Mama.
Last one.
You cook it on high, right? To sear the outsides.
Yeah, but
And
then you
something else.
could probably turn it down after you get her going. Yeah, to medium or medium high. It's a little bit thin there. That one's still pretty fair. What's a nice size steak? This one Daddy wants.
Oh, dang it. This is gonna mess with my serenity.
Okay, there's 2 little ones for the kids, babe.
Okay.
And then the rest of this we got to process.
All right.
What's up, guys? I got 13 people on here. We got Steven. We got Sawson. What's up, Sawson? Ryan's on here.
The problem is you may have to go talk to them outside.
Lou.
Use this fan.
Tim's on here. What's up, y'all? Oh, get back up there.
You hear me?
What?
You may have to talk to them outside for a bit because I gotta use this fan. This steak, I feel like you need
Yeah, I'm going to take them somewhere with me. Yeah, we'll probably go outside.
another time out.
Yeah, you guys want to put this up for me? You want me to season these? Because you don't know how?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, here you go, Mama.
Thank you, ma'am. We
I
put the
cut
rest
it
up.
up into like little things.
Hey, can you give me... Never mind. I got it right here. All right.
Daddy, I'm stuck. I'm gonna
Just plate it back and slide it out, love. Pull the plate back. Now go ahead and slide it out. It'll push. Push.
From the bottom. Boop. There you go.
Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
you got
Thank
it.
you, ma'am. How about
Sorry,
you don't cut
guys.
yourself with the knife? We're trying to just prep.
Ah.
We got like
Yeah, I got in super late.
Oh, bro.
And so I'm trying to help the wife do all the wifey things with the food skis and all that.
Can I
also
help
have
Dada?
the food with you. Hold on, Dada.
And I also have the food with me. Oh.
Oh gosh. Yep. That's my serenity, man.
So the big ones you want to cook last because they're going to have to sit on there for a while, okay?
Okay.
And you can do both in the big pot.
Dad, what happened to you on your casino?
I got cutted.
How? How did you get
I
cut?
use my hands to make money. And it happens. All right, so these are seasoned.
I used the cat
The rest
to cut
of this
myself.
needs to be bagged.
Back. Got you.
Yeah, it's individuals
Okay.
or doubles, whatever's
Alright.
easiest. And then let me take the people out and
Yeah, and then you'll have an official live, and then eventually we'll be able to like chill. But it's already smoking out in here. We gotta.
Hello.
Sammy, don't be like that. Trying to throw her face on there.
Okay, don't Sam.
Yes.
Don't want your face all over the
I'm
interwebs.
coming. All right, we're gonna go outside and get ate up by mosquitoes for a minute. Yeah. If it's loud, it's hashtag cicadas. Boom. Oh, yeah. We're gonna get a little closer than that, guys. There we go. Whoa. All right, we're here. Yeah, panda cubs for sure. What's up, guys? You guys ready to Shabbat, man? I'm super ready. I'm had a pretty good week. Damn, there's chickens climbing all over my shit already. All right, so we got home fast, and we had a lot of running around to do when we got back to town. So let me give you a little peek. So over there, all my tools and stuff, and you can see baby chickens on there. Yeah, we were just yard saled all of my tools out of the back of the truck, and then came in, did the bill stuff, the money stuff, and then we're like, all right, dinner, because it's getting close. We got just enough time to get her done cooking and put the groceries away. And so yeah, I'm fixing to try a diet, man. I'm trying to change it up a little bit because got a little round in the middle on accident. I guess that's what happens when you're in your mid to late 40s. But let me take these ridiculous things off. Yeah, I blew my knees out about 10 years ago, and it really slowed me down, and it just kind of caught up with me, I guess. But my knees are kind of healed up enough now where I can do a little bit better and quit smoking and eating better, and I'm like switching my diet big time, and then I'm gonna start going back to the gym again, try to get some of these big boys going again. Now my game plan is I need to be able to run 300 yards and then still stuff after I run. So I gotta shoot for a mile, and we'll see what that mile looks like. But for now, I just gotta wake all my muscles up, take it slow so I don't hurt myself, because that'll kind of smash the whole thing. Because diet's cool for me, but if I don't do something with all that extra energy I get when I start switching my diet up, productive, then it kind of backfires on me pretty quick. So it's not quite all or nothing, because I'm not like going all meat and no carbs or nothing like that. I'm just basically going way more protein and vegetables, maybe a little bit of fruit. And if I do any kind of, if I do any types of carbs, it'll be like a small portion of carbs versus like mostly carbs or half carbs. So sandwiches or nothing like that going on, or burgers. But I'll probably do like some slow carbs, like some beans and stuff like that. And rice, and I'll probably do a list of, but they'll be like half cup servings. That's just to kind of balance stuff out. I'm gonna try to stay away from all sugars. I'll probably limit it to just like maybe a little bit in my coffee in the morning, maybe, and that might even go away too. So that's kind of what's up. But we'll see what happens. But I've been wanting. What's up? Come on, Tactical Kitty. Come up here. There you go. Yeah, so I've been feeling it for a while, and I quit and I thought I was going to feel like way better, and you know, it helped, but it didn't. I'm not where I want to be, and a lot of sports injuries and just beat up from, abusing the old body for a long time, making bad choices. So I'm question mark. Yeah, it's probably gonna boot us a time just because YouTube has been acting so crazy lately. Um, but yeah, let me know if we got a 5x5 in there. Yeah, for real. Circle of death is like a thing. What's up? Yeah, for real. Circle of death is like a thing. What's up, cat? The internet. The internet. What's up, Medic Mouse? Yeah, this shit's boo-boo, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I was making bad choices. We'll see what happens if I say it again. Making bad choices a few times when I was just wild, but it was part of my learning curve. So I don't know if it was necessarily a bad choice. It was just part of how I learn. Yeah, and so my body got pretty beat up, and yeah, bunch of car wrecks. I think I've been in 5 or 7 car wrecks. Been in like 3 or 4 motorcycle wrecks on street bikes, Harleys, stuff like that. Couple dirt bike wrecks, nothing too crazy. So yeah, man, my internet's been acting a fool. It looks like we lost most of the people on here, which is whatever. I get it. If it's super bad, I wouldn't stay on either. Yeah, we do need some good fellowship, Tim, for real. I can smell steak cooking right now, so whatever I did to those steaks, she's finishing it up. Awesome. So that's cool. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to close the screen. Yeah, so I'm getting ready to do some little pivot changes, and I've worked out a bunch and got strong. I felt a little bit better and stuff like that. But the last time I was consistently working out, I think I was still drinking a little bit, and it doesn't really go good to go to the gym at like 5 in the morning with a hangover. So yeah, we're gonna try again. That's the one thing I do is I just keep trying. So, but man, how you guys been? This has been the last couple, I guess, 3 weeks. Yeah, the last 3 super slammed, but blessed though, hustling hard, and I think that it's showing. And the wife's been working really hard. Kids are doing good. We just updated our homeschool curriculum, which is, man, that shit ain't cheap, man. But we try to keep our kids homeschooled. I mean, for the most part, why not? What's up, Brian Barnes? I ain't seen you on here for a while. Or maybe I have. I just been not catching you in the comments. Saucing. So, what's up, dog? What's up, dog? Yeah, I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I'm trying not to open my mouth on a lot of that stuff because I don't know. I think out loud a lot, and then there becomes an expectation with people for that, and then there's a difference between like me thinking out loud and me actually making a plan. And what, you want Roxy? Oh, Roxy, treat. Go. Yeah, so I had to learn to like bite my tongue a little bit because if I think out loud, people get expectations on stuff, and like my want to and my ability or the timing to do something is not always the same. So, but still got a new truck in the hopper. I've been riding around in Tactically Chores truck, and that's been a blessing. Although his AC wasn't working the best, been cool. And then I'm looking at my truck right now, and I love my truck. I wish this thing the transmission wasn't going out. I drive the crap out of that thing. Yeah, it's an old truck, but it's been good to me. She's been on a few deployments and driven her back and forth across the United States a few times. And you know, I paid $2,500 for this truck like in 2019. Yeah, so I've had her for about 5 years. Yeah, so I mean, I got my money's worth out of her for sure. And I mean, all in, I might have put not even $8,000 into it. Probably less than that all in. Maybe like 5,500, $6,000 maybe. Like in parts and maintenance over that time period. So it's been, you know, for a truck that I drive, the way I drive them, she done good. It really is. This 7.3 liter is like kind of the Toyota of diesels. She been good. I'm trying to keep up what you guys are talking about in the chat. Yeah, I'm doing better than I deserve too. Praise Yah for His mercy and provision and blessing, man. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that too. About like we forget when we're down that like it's a season and we're supposed to persevere through that. And to be faithful in that time, and like, because He comes through, like, and it's His timing. And like a lot of us, you know, like at least in the past, I've been through spurts where I start wiggling and throwing a fit and getting uncomfortable, start getting stiff-necked and whiner people, and that's not really Israelite. You know, it's unbecoming of an Israelite, I would say, or maybe something like that. But it's just, you're a whiner, you know, and I don't want to be that way. I don't want to whine and complain. I'm blessed. I'm above ground. And even when stuff gets uncomfortable for long periods of time, I know that He's faithful and it's just a season. And He's not mad at me. He still loves me. It's like all that stuff that runs through our heads. So for me, I'm really grateful that we're coming out of the last season, because the last season, although it was good and it was fruitful in a lot of ways, I think it was really tough in a lot of ways too. One of those ways was financial, and like He made a way, but He also made me really, really work for it. Like grinding, just little tiny jobs nonstop, just to kind of keep things flowing. And even then it was really tight. And I don't know. I mean, He knows what's up. I don't know what's up. So I trust Him. I'm grateful. You can see the chickens in the background. We thought that white one right there was supposed to be like it's a straight run or whatever it was from one of them farm stores. And man, it was supposed to be like guaranteed. Whatever we bought was supposed to be for sure females, and we got like mostly males. So they got us. Next year I'm gonna steal a couple to make up for it. No, I'm just kidding. That's how my brain works. So let's see what's new. Can I show you guys my motorcycle? Man, I'll show it to you, but I can't right now. It's at a bad angle. So I had a brother of mine, really amazing dude, gave me this old bike. It was an old club bike, and he don't ride in the club no more. And he gave me this bike. It'd been sitting in his barn for like 3 or 4 years, and he gave it to me. And he's like, "Hey, look, I'm not gonna ride this one. This is for you." And it's funny because it's like the exact bike I wanted, and it's like the second or third time that I've wanted a specific bike and got it. And not this year, but the year before, I still have my motorcycle cut from when I was like doing a lot of outlaw stuff, and I burned it. I burned it during first fruits, like as an offering, like, hey, I'm giving this part of me up, kind of like a baptism. And for me to burn my cuts, like, just, you don't do that in motorcycle land, you know. Not that I live that life anymore, but that's just not something you do. But it was, for me, it was kind of like saying, hey, I'll give that life up. And the father's sense of humor is hilarious, because like not even 6 months later, he's like, oh, by the way, here's a motorcycle. I'm like, okay, Dad, thanks. He just wanted to gut check me, see if I was gonna be like, submissive to that unction in your spirit, you know. Like if you know you're supposed to be doing something, like what are you going to do with that? Like are you going to act on it, or you're not going to do anything? Um, and I think a good brother of mine said one time, he goes, "Delayed obedience is still disobedience." And I'm like, it's a good word. So I had that feeling, and it was like, this was my offering by fire. Like, hey, this is a part of me that gets yours, Father. This was back in the day. This was part of my life, and this is part of the fruit of me changing into what you're molding me into. And my willingness to, like, even something that I held it near and dear to me. Like, you know, I made sure that it stayed up. And I was still like, there's nothing I got that I won't burn to the ground or leave right now.
What do you want me to do with that big long piece?
Oh, just chop it into, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Or just figure eight it, make it into
Just
a bag?
put it into something and we'll turn it into beef tallow or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Making beef tallow.
Ooh. Well, so Matt Bear, it's like, you know, it is tough, bro. And so like the thing is for me, um, a lot of people grew up like, hey, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be this, or I want to be that. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a Hell's Angel when I grew up. And there's a bunch of Hell's Angels. The dudes that I grew up with and ran amok with back in the day, one of them ended up being a president of a chapter in Northern California. Um, and like that was just the lifestyle, just the culture that I was familiar with, and what was respected for a big white tattoo dude. That's where you ended up. It's that or prison gangs, and that was never the politics on all that. I couldn't get down on. And I like the motorcycle outlaw stuff. I love riding motorcycles, and I was an outlaw, so it kind of fit for me. Now I never patched up because it wasn't. It's just another gang, and I'm not much of a gang dude. I hung out with gangs, and I rode with a lot of different gangs, all different too. Like I couldn't ride with the same dudes at the same time because they would fight each other. But I rode with a lot of different guys, and it was kind of epic, really. They all had something different to bring to the table, and for different purposes. They were good for different things. But I mean, some of them were really close buddies of mine. Like one of them, this one gangbanger dude I knew, he was a convict. Me and him were like the best fishing buddies. This dude was like for real, all about it fishing dude. And we both kind of fell in love with fishing together. I mean, we both already had a passion for it, but like we were pretty much all in at a certain point. I think 8 years in, we were just like, you know, everything was fishing everything. And I think that some of that, what's up, Badger? Some of that was, I think some of that was really kind of for me, it was part of me coming back to being like a regular person. Because, you know, if you stuff and run gangs and, you know, criminal, you know, robbing, you know, stealing, just that lifestyle, just the mentality that came with that. Fishing wasn't in that equation, so it was like a real safe for me and him. It got us into a whole different set of people, like working blue collar people, and that was good for us because we were both in the trades. He did underground, and I did. I think back then I was painting and just doing like finished carpentry and stuff like that. It was right before I kicked off into remodeling, which was maybe 3 or 4 years after that. But yeah, man, I fell in love with fishing, and I mean, I'm definitely safe to say I'm in thousands and thousands and thousands of fish, to the boat and to the bank, fishing. And I've done all kinds of fishing, and I love it, man. I fished in the ocean. I fished in little creeks, big lakes, huge rivers, you know, brackish water, fresh water, salt water, all that. And even like little mountain brooks coming off the side of a mountain. I've done all kinds of different fishing, like fly fishing, deep sea, you know, where you're fishing like 300 plus feet. and then all the way to like little tiny, little nothing, like just a little tiny fly on a rod, flinging it out there and tricking a brown trout into biting it. And yeah, man, I'm not trying to sound like a dick right now, but I'm going to sound that way. I wish you'd finish my dinner really quick because I'm getting tagged up by mosquitoes, something fierce. There's probably a better way to say that, though. I hope dinner's done soon because I'm getting ate up out here. uh, yeah, and I'm not a big trout guy either. Really. What's up, Red? I'm not a big trout guy. I mean, I've had some steelhead that was okay, and I've eaten trout a few times and it's okay. I love salmon though. Salmon, oh. And there's like tuna fishing. So I haven't been tuna fishing, which is something that I just hadn't had the opportunity, but I've definitely wanted to go. And then like warm saltwater fishing, for the most part, not a lot of that either. Because there's like different stuff. There's like Dorado and all kinds of different fish that you can catch in warm water. Like snook, redfish, a bunch of different stuff, bonefish, a lot of different fish that like sailfish or swordfish. There's just a ton of stuff out there that I see how it goes. I still got my pencil in my ear. Sea bass, yep, I've caught sea bass, tons of stripers. The biggest striper I got, I think, was like, I don't know, man. It's pretty big. It's like almost 40 inches long, but fat, super duper fat. Probably 35 pounds, something like that. It's big old sucker. I've caught a few roughly close to that, 36, 38, something like that. But those are always fun. Yeah, stingrays are mean, dude. I've caught stingrays and bat rays and some other kind of ray-looking fish. And bat rays, I've caught probably 100-pound bat rays that are probably got really close to a 5-foot wingspan. And shoot, man, if you're fishing in 20 or 40 feet of water and you get one of those on, good night. If you're in a boat, maybe you're getting your line back. Otherwise, you're getting spooled. They're taking all your line because it's hard to stop them. Yeah, carp fishing's fun too, man. I did a bunch of that and some like little sloughs and stuff. We used to take like masa dough. I'd take masa and I'd make dough, but I'd take cornflakes. Yeah, cornflake cereal, just plain cornflakes, and I'd crush it up and I'd put it in the masa, and then I'd make these dough balls about the size of a quarter and bury my hook inside of them and just plop them out there and just wait till my pole would just slam down, and then all of a sudden I'd have one on. It's like once you got them coming in the air, they smell it. It's probably every 10, 15 minutes you'll get a decent one on there, and it's pretty fun doing that. And if you do carp right, there's certain way you can can them. And if you can a carp or any kind of fish, I think it's called kippering. Maybe there's a difference on how to do that, but a lot of times because the bones on fish are they're pretty thin. They're not really hard like other animals like deer and stuff like that. The bones, when you can them, the bones will like dissolve almost. So like when you go to eat it, the bones will just turn into powder almost. I don't know if you guys ever ate like sardines in a can with the bones in them. They just turn into nothing. But you can do that with carp. I've heard it's pretty good. Another thing you can do is another one that's like American shad, I think. That's what they're called. I think they're called American shad. And shad, most of the time out in the South, shad, they're like these little bait fish. Well, on the West Coast, shad, the American shad, they're like between anywhere from a pound to 10 pounds. I mean, you can get massive ones. And I'll lean back. I mean, I don't know, probably 20 inches and really tall bodied. So they're like, kind of like fight like a salmon. And they'd bite little tiny baits, just little grubs, just like you'd fish for crappie with. And they just take those and they slam them. But those are super good, but they're bony. But I guess those are best kipper too. I like sardines too, man, and they got fins and scales, so why not? But mackerel, not so much, because mackerel ain't got it. At least the mackerels I'm familiar with. Spanish mackerels definitely don't have scales on them. They got skin a lot like marlin or something like that, and it's just skin. It doesn't have any scales on it. Let me see what you guys are talking about in here. 1 second. Pat Ray sound like chemical warfare, for real. Yeah, like Batman with the laser. Yeah, so basically the bat rays, it's like a stingray, but it like has a head that's kind of shaped weird like a bat. Yeah, so they just call them bat rays. Probably a different name for them, but I'm pretty sure they just call them bat rays. Google it. So, man, I had some super good conversations this week about the Bible and prophecy. Trying to think about what I want to talk about. The wife, I can't wait for her to get on here and talk to you guys. She's a beast mode. She's done so much cool stuff. She push mowed the yard this week, which is epically cool. Unless she paid the neighbor kid and was just claiming it. I don't care. It got done. I'm super happy about it. Oh, John and Brenda did? No doubt. Yeah, I seen some pictures on their online on their social media. I saw some pictures of them deep sea fishing. It looked like fun. Where was that out, Sauson? Was that in the Gulf or Florida, or where was that? I really like to do that. Sounds like fun to me. I've been I got my eyes on a boat right now, and it's a small ocean boat. It's like a 20-footer, but it's meant for saltwater fishing, and it's cheap, and I want to get it. I think it needs some motor work though. Some mackerel do. There's different types. Yeah, and I could be wrong, but I've heard I don't know if it was just the bait I was getting. It might have been the bait I was getting, because their skin's way different than regular skin, and yeah, they're velvety, but they could be a lot like tuna, the mackerel I'm thinking of, because tuna don't feel like they got scales, but they do, and they are super fine. It's kind of the same thing with halibut. You wouldn't think halibut by the feel of them have scales, and they do though. And you can really see it if you power wash them. You can see the scales start coming off. Why would you ever power wash a fish? Well, because some of them are huge, and they're real slimy. I watched some deckhands doing it one time. They had a big old, they call them barn doors when they're in Alaska, and they're trippy. Oh, let's do this mustache thing. There we go. Oh yeah, that's cool looking. Mackerel's your favorite. Well, I know they got different types. King mackerel, no scales. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember what it was. I thought it was Spanish mackerel that didn't have them. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But if you say it's king, I'll take your word for it, but I'll look into it. Sea bass. I don't remember sea bass specifically. I mean, it's just kind of like white flaky fish. I like lingcod. I don't know if you guys ever seen those, but you guys should Google them really quick if you can, if you got a separate screen, or minimize it and look it up. So green or blue lingcod, and man, they're trippy looking, because the lingcod, most of them are like this weird camo. They're just ugly fish, ugly as sin, but they're like white flaky meat. And there's some cod that don't have scales either, but lingcod I believe do. And they got blue and like green lingcod, and the meat when you cut them open has almost the same color as the skin, which is super duper trippy. But you should look it up. It's really cool. What's up, Palmetto? Oh, did you look it up, Justin? Yeah. Those are fun to catch. They're on the bottom. Yeah. Heather, Hemi, what's up, yo? Yeah, Rev Shabbat for sure. We're going to nerd out with the word out in a little bit, but I'm probably going to let the wife eat and then switch off for a minute so I can scarf some food down because I'm like super duper hungry. And I didn't eat much for lunch. Well, I did, but it was a long time ago. It was like still in the AM when I ate lunch. So I ready to eat something. I'm so hungry. So I picked up some new tools this week because I was kind of due. But the contractor that I was working for this week, he subbed me out a tile job. And one of the cool things is at the end of the job, he was so happy with it. He came and he brought me and my dude brought up some new toolboxes and stuff like that. He's like, here's you guys' bonus, and opened the tailgate and like gave us a bunch of cool stuff. I was like, that's like his way of saying thanks for doing a good job. So it was cool. Is this sweet tea?
No.
Oh, hell yeah. Pinkies up, boys. Ah. Oh, that's so good, babe. I'm so happy to be home. Not the same. Yeah, sweet tea. Hey, the people can't wait to see you, by the way. Yeah.
What weirdos?
Hey, is the food done?
Yeah.
Did you feed the kids?
Yeah.
Did you wake Matthew up?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he good?
No, but I gave him medicine.
Okay. Yeah, Patty, dude, if you ever go to Alaska, for sure fish for halibut or any kind of rockfish on the bottom.
Pretty sure I'm gonna roll off that hill there.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get tagged up by mosquitoes if we stay out
I
here.
figure once the kids are done eating and away from the table, we could put them up in our room.
Can you scoot that?
This is a nice backdrop.
Yeah, it's not that cool. I gotta tilt this a little bit. There we go. Just a little bit. Just kick it over. Well, actually don't, because the chickens will poop on it.
Why you guys not going in the cool?
There you go, like that. Chicken, that's green screen right here. Yeah, she's green screen. Hey, babe, I can all the way see your back.
Gross.
Yeah, all of YouTube said hello.
Sorry.
Say
hi to
like
my
they
back.
did the little whistle thing. Yeah.
What's up? Watch out, baby kitty cat. Watch out, baby kitty cat. Watch out, that might eat.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to scoot back just a smidge.
Skirt. Skirt. I'm afraid I'm gonna roll back off that hill. It's not the best chair.
That's all right. I don't even know. I just grabbed whatever's out here. This chair's like dirty as hell. What's up, Matthew? I love you.
He hasn't even seen it.
Your haircut looks awesome. Yeah, he's not feeling good. Oh,
what's up? Uh-oh, don't be all... The down view? What's up?
I mean, I can adjust it.
Fat and sassy?
Well, this is the best way.
The whistle. My armpits.
There we go.
My armpits are sticking out.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's just going to be what it's going to be.
I got a sunburn.
You do got a sunburn.
I got sunburn.
Y'all like my pink cup? Strawberries on it?
Strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the door all the way.
Hey, did you check, make sure the big thick ones is cooked?
Nope.
Can I do that? Can you entertain the people?
I could do my best.
Yeah, well, you can read the chat faster than Hey, shalom, Waffles.
Who's on here?
Love
I gotta
you,
get
bro.
my phone out so I can, because your chat is so far away.
Yeah, man, yeah, I had a good week, and happy to be home. But I gotta check on this food real quick. So she's gonna keep you guys entertained for just a second.
I'm at least gonna sit here and read the chat. Hold on. I have to open the chat. Oh.
Happy to be home.
All right. Want to see who's on here? Promote. Medic Mouse. Dylan Bibles. Miss Patty. Red. I feel like now that I've started going through all the names that I have to say them all out loud, otherwise it makes people feel left out, but it's also a lot of names. So what's up, y'all? Shalom. Let me see. All right. Yeah, it's about what time? I don't even remember what time sunset was supposed to be tonight, but we are cutting it super duper close. Oh, I forgot to put the meat in the freezer. I'm listening, just finishing mowing the lawn before the sun goes down. Got a few minutes left. Yeah, I did the same thing earlier. That's why I'm sunburned.
Hey.
Hey.
I think we're gonna get half a cow.
Well, I don't think it's gonna walk very well.
Yeah, it'd be fine. We'll get the front half.
Just get back wheelies for it.
Yeah, exactly.
8:33. Yeah, so we're cutting it super duper close.
Yeah.
Some days we can like prep in advance and be ready to go out, you know, a little early, but today was not that day. He got home like right before. And I'm
right before I started the video.
It's 7:30. He's like, you know what? Let's just get on right now.
Yeah, I was like, if I don't start it, it's not gonna work.
Right.
Hey,
something audio delay. What? They were not cooked?
No, they're perfect.
Oh.
Hey, did you want to go eat?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to eat?
I do. Can you entertain?
I ate some trail mix earlier.
Here.
Uh-oh. Hey.
There, that's all you.
On the background.
The background's what?
Aesthetic?
I don't know what language you're speaking, but yeah, that. Yeah, it looks great.
The view of my little sun shawl and the tarp hanging on it.
They love it.
Rough, yo.
They love it. Yeah, it looks dope. Yeah, say hi to the people.
Okay, hi. Also, I was saying hi to them.
Yeah, just read the Bible to them. They love it.
I don't know if it's just me, but there's like a 2-second audio delay. It looks like a bad kung fu movie.
Tell them to turn their stuff off and then tell them to restart.
He said restart, see if it helps. Is anybody else having the same issue? Mine looks frozen, so I can't tell if it's the Wi-Fi or my phone. So hopefully it's working, because my phone not working. Yeah, most Friday evenings I'm watching the clock, trying to get as much done before sundown. For sure. Although I do think it's like almost, it makes it more, it's like the one day a week where there's actually a time crunch where you're like, I have this and this and this I have to get done. And my little ADHD brain loves having a time crunch, you know? Like, I work way better under pressure than I do just like, hey, if you get a chance, you should try to do this thing. It'll just get added onto the pile of things that I do at the last minute. Restart didn't work for me. Huh. I feel like I want to turn up my phone and see. Are other people having the same issue? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's doing it on mine too. Huh. I'm very curious. We're on Wi-Fi. I'll try to understand. I don't understand. I do stressful prep on Thursday and still enjoy the crunch till sundown. Yeah, if I have to go run errands, it all gets done Thursday, because if I have to try and run errands on Shabbat, like, the whole day just becomes like a huge cluster. I don't know why it's doing that. Anybody have suggestions? Turn the phone all the way off and back on, still doing it, but it's cool. I think it's ours, because my phone's doing the same thing. I just heard myself say something and it sounded ridiculous. I'm sorry that that's what I sound like. Let's see. Okay. I'm just looking back at the chat. Palmetto, you definitely need to go fishing. Like, don't talk about it, be about it. It has to happen. He needs to go fishing. Don't. Yeah, I just saw that. Don't shoot the messenger. His sweet tea thing, for sure. I was like, maybe you could drink green tea, like unsweetened green tea. Maybe start drinking like dandelion tea or something just for like caffeine with no sugar. I don't think you can fix it. It has to do with your latency. That sounds rude. I don't even know what that means, but I love it. It's okay. Seems the sound is coming through. Smoke signals might be the next step. For what? Smoke signals for what? I'm wondering if you're not in a conversation with somebody else that I'm just jumping in the middle of. When we treat Thursday like it's prep day as much as we can, prep day is way less hectic. Yeah, for sure. Thursday is like my close out the week. You know, whatever projects, miscellaneous projects I was doing have to get closed out. But then Friday, I still want to, you know, I still got stuff to do. And then today I got distracted. I don't remember what, I tried the companion planting with it was like black beans and what's it called? Corn and zucchini. My zucchini all about died except for one. But one of our sisters sent me something to inject into the plant. So I tried that. Hopefully this one survives. But the freaking, the beans, because I planted them all at the same time, the beans were like tying around the leaves of the corn. And I'm way more curious about growing corn than I am about black beans at this point. So I went out today and like cut all the black beans off and tried to open the corn up because they got the little tassels and they look like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but the little plant, the beans are trying to choke them out. So I went and cut them all off. I didn't cut them all the way off. I just cut them back. But that was a little side. I go on, what are they called? It's like a side. Anyone? I play charades a lot. I don't remember words very easily, so I play charades trying to get you to guess what word I'm thinking of. Whole month has been a cluster for sure. I mean, it's been like 2 weeks I was working. It's like the first week that I've just been home without stuff to do, but that means that like I had all this stuff to catch up on from not doing anything at home for the week. Tendrils. I don't even remember what the word was at this point. I don't even remember what the thought was that involved the word. So tendrils, maybe. I don't even remember what I was talking about. A high latency, aka ping, means it takes a long time for information to go back and forth. I mean, that makes sense for me. I don't know about Jody's phone, but for sure, my brain's got that. Our garden burnt up this year. Too much sun. We experimented with shade cloth and saved one section of the garden. You know what? We were kind of worried because where we planted it has like big trees on both sides of it, and it actually worked out great because in the morning the shade is like coming from this side, the middle of the day is right there, and then the evening the shade is coming from the other side. So most of the plants are doing good. The tomatoes got like sunburns on the actual fruit on some of them because I attempted to save the plant because it had been flopped over on the ground for so long before I trellised it properly. I tried to like prune everything, all the leaves off almost. So there was quite a bit of exposed tomatoes that got sunburns. There's a doe and a spike buck 30 yards behind me. Get it, no, don't. Can't recommend that. But at least observe it in the freezer. I don't even know what those mean. A spike buck? What does a spike buck mean? I'm not hip to the deer lingo. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. My phone is not loading the chat. My phone is not loading the thing at all. Oh, look at it. There it goes. Okay. See something with Brenda, but I didn't see what we're talking about. Pup. What happened to the pup? It's just baby. Okay, so you wouldn't really want that one anyways, right? That would be like a baby. It would be like a little one, or their antlers come in. I don't know how it works. I still don't understand. Just 2 sticks on his head. Does that mean it's a young buck, or does that mean that it's just early in the season and his antlers haven't like got all the way big yet? It's more like a teenager. Okay, cool. Oh goodness, my Shabbat's all messed up tomorrow. My only trusted mag member lost his father-in-law, who also owned the gun shop he works at, and the funeral's pretty much all day tomorrow. Oh man, I hate that. How was your week, Mrs. Panda? Good. It was good. I've been home. I got to get the yard straightened up. I got the garden kind of straightened up. I got my house straightened up. Got caught up on laundry. I ordered the kids like homeschool curriculum. So I'm very excited about that because I don't do well with like making decisions. I'm much more of the like give me direction and I can do it really well. But like if I have to make decisions, I like my brain just goes to there's too many thoughts involved and too many things to consider. So I just can't do it. So I tried homeschool, like just teaching them what I thought, but it doesn't work. My brain doesn't work that way. So I got them some curriculum-ish, some books for them to do. So I'm excited for them to start that. And Jody just got home. So we're excited. We're excited to have her dad back. Sorry, it just is so uncomfortable. It's like, I know you guys aren't here for me, and so it makes me very uncomfortable to be just sitting here. Like, I will talk all day. Don't get me wrong. But, like, everybody on this channel is not quite looking for my type of talking. So hopefully he finishes soon. Also, it's been raining quite a bit, so we haven't had to water too much, which has been very, very helpful. Although apparently, when it's too hot and too dry, and then it goes to too wet, the tomatoes get like stretch marks. I hear cows. It's hard for me to not moo back at them. Yeah, everybody needs to say stuff, is what I'm saying. I need you guys to say stuff so that I don't have to, so that I don't have to think of things. What projects are you working on, or what's your favorite thing to grow? Projects is this building that's got, we're gonna make it in a laundry room and bathhouse, but with him like trying to like do what's the word? Like go head on into the business aspect, and with me homeschooling and trying to like organize our lives, I feel like we kind of need a little office space with the printer and the like file cabinet and everything, just like, so anyways, we might take that. But I've been I got gifted a whole bunch of free clothes, so me and Sammy went through them and ended up having bags and bags, like 15 to 20 garbage bags maybe of clothes. So I've been sorting through all of those to let people go through them because they couldn't get thrown away. It's like, no matter what, I think I'm just the person that, like, no matter how much money I have, my brain will always be like, don't waste it, somebody can use it. Yeah. So I've been sorting clothes pretty much all week and rearranging everything in our house to try to fit clothes. So that's pretty much the projects that have been going on. We have another broody hen. I tried to move her into the broody coop. She was not having it. She kept running away back into the other coop. And then we got to get this shed manageable where we can actually use it, because it's got stuff in it and it's a space that we can put stuff in, but not the way it is right now. And favorite thing to grow so far has been cucumbers, although I don't know, I'm going to see if you can see it on the picture. I planted cantaloupe and watermelon just because I'm like, you know what, it's in the ground, we'll see how it goes. And it turned into a jungle. And so I hadn't seen anything, but I went out there today, look.
What's that?
2 cantaloupes.
What?
Yeah. I wish I could show them. I don't think it would show up, but.
Just take them to the garden with us.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
You guys want to go check it out?
I don't know how the Wi-Fi will do. We might lose a little bit of, oh, what is that? It's a bug. There's a bug on me.
Yep, that's all right.
Okay, we got it.
It's just a little tiny spider.
Oh, gosh. It was the one that was probably on the seat when I sat down. Let's go to the garden, guys. Before it's dark time.
Take them.
Come with me.
Take them. I'm going.
I don't like it. I don't like that. Also, cucumbers was the answer. What's my favorite thing to grow? Cucumbers. It's been great. I use the cattle panel trellis thing. I'm going to push buttons and accidentally ruin it. Here, take that.
Oh. Hey, what's up, guys? So, let's see. We can take you over here and we'll do a little tactical garden update. I'm also like very nervous right here because there's murder bees, which are very wonderful guard animals, bugs, things. Holy crap. What happened over here? Okay, I'm going to show you guys this real quick. So that right there, that is, I think it's taller than me.
Yeah, it is.
That's tomato plants.
Tomato.
I'm 6'1", just throwing that out there.
And I've coiled the bottom of those ones already.
Oh, they are coiled. Dang, bro.
Oh, dang. The whole.
All right, bye.
The whole thing. Look at the sweet potatoes.
Let me turn this around for you.
Oh, the potatoes need to get dug up. I can't really see any potato plants anymore.
That's sweet potatoes. They gone cray. All down there. And then
the potatoes really are.
The potatoes are like
gone.
So it's on first day. What do we got over here?
There's a cucumber.
Holy crap, look at that.
It's on the door.
Dang.
That's all
Okay.
Cucumbers. There's so many. This has been my favorite.
Oh, what do we got here? What's this stuff?
I tried to
corn.
take away all the beans off the plants, off the corn, because they got little this and little these, and
dude, look at that, bro. Hold on, let me back up so these guys can see how ridiculous
No,
this
because
is.
those bottom leaves look like they got something going on.
Bro, you can't even tell what it is. That's the hoop house, and now it is, something else.
It's a nice shady place to rest in the middle of the day, though.
Yeah, so.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah.
The cantaloupes, though, are over here. Somewhere. Oh. I don't want to step on them.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through here.
Don't get distracted. Oh, you're on your face.
Yeah.
Come on, guy.
Interesting.
Here, wait.
Okay.
Ready? Oh, there's a cantaloupe.
Oh, we see them. We see them. Is there any watermelon going?
And another one growing over there.
Dude, but they overtook this whole area.
Crap.
What was that?
Pokey plant.
Oh, there's a pokey plant in there?
There's a million pokey plants.
Okay. Yeah, this is crazy. This thing, look at this. These are pepper plants. Got pepperoncinis on there.
Pepperoncinis?
Oh, it's basil or what is that, babe?
Basil, yeah.
And this is pepper plants. And they got so many peppers.
I didn't see any watermelon yet.
No watermelon?
No.
Not even flower or nothing?
I see flowers.
You see no flower now?
I see flower.
Okay. All right. And we're back.
Okay.
Oh, babe, this thing went crazy. I feel like I've Was gone for 6 months and came back. This is 1 week.
Look at, wait, come here.
Huh?
Come here.
What is it?
This is all one zucchini plant.
What? That's one?
The other one
Yeah.
is like maybe the leaves that are left of the other one. This is all like it like
Wow.
grew away.
Wow.
All one zucchini plant.
Wow. That's cray. Okay. All right, guys. Coming back around.
We did it.
Just wanted to give you a little update.
Oh crap. You want to fix that? Fix your side? Woo! There's a little metal thingy. There you go.
Sorry, guys.
Let me hold it at your face so you look so pretty.
Oh, thanks. I like it when I'm pretty.
You look so pretty. Now we gotta go catch up on the chat. At least now we'll be able to go catch up on the chat and have something to think of.
So anyhow, that's what's going on with us. We doing some stuff. Yeah. We doing some things.
Hot mess right there.
Yeah. That was fun though. Whoa, we've been on here over an hour already?
What?
Cool. That's sweet.
Oh, and it's probably sundown. Where's the sofa?
How long? Oh, it is. Will you yell at the kids so I can blow it? Matthew had it on the couch. Of course, he was blowing on it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
what I
don't
said.
blow on it.
Nah, it's good. Okay. We're back. What's up, guys? The garden gospel segment. Maybe. I like that one. Yeah, that garden's cool though, man. I can't believe how well it's doing. It's like I thought it was good before, and then like now it's even better. I mean, it's just so fruitful. There's so much fruit. Yeah. Don't shine it at me. I just want to blow it.
Oh, don't shine it at him.
You can put it. Yeah, you can put it.
Please hold.
Please hold.
That was the warm up.
Yeah, mustache is in the way.
Yeah.
There we go.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, babe.
Look at Rusty. Rusty! Shabbat shalom!
You watch him?
He's trying to get a bun probably. Oh, we gotta move that.
Yeah. It's mostly on you, and now I gotta lean over, which is very uncomfortable.
Open this chat.
I think that you need to lean this way.
Here comes the Shabbat shaloms.
The Shabbat shaloms. Oh, Brenda's here. Shalom, sister.
All right. Let's see.
I tried to get the phone sideways tonight, but for some reason it wouldn't do it. Like it wouldn't even give me the option. It was really weird.
It might be frozen, or my phone might just be frozen, but it looks like you're fine. I'm not on the Wi-Fi's.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm guessing they're still 5x5. It's still rocking up there.
All right. We can't grow bigger tomatoes here. We grow Everglade tomatoes. They're about the size of a marble and super sweet. Why?
Where you live at? Why you do that?
What happened? Why?
Why you do that?
Just got a request from a friend to pray for
Discernment?
decrement? I don't know if that's a word. Over the custody decisions of their discernment, I'm assuming.
I see a big old tick on her neck. I just pulled off.
Pray for, what is that? I think it's supposed to be discernment, maybe, over the custody decisions of their girls. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I just moved over to the big screen, just chatting on the mobile.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
mobile.
On the mobile.
Mom wants to try to blow it.
You wanna shofar the shofar?
We're gonna try it. Mama's not as good as he is, even though he took forever to even do it, and then all of a sudden he was just awesome at it, and I've just been at the same pace forever. I just can't graduate to the next level ever.
Fire.
all I could do though.
Yeah, but it
I
was
can't do a little toot toot, little beep beep.
beep beep. Honestly, it took me a second to figure out where the hell my lips needed to be. Ooh, that sounded really rude.
Where my lips at?
Where they need to be at? Kiss me. I'm getting tagged up by skeeters, yo.
Okay, tell the kids to go watch a movie in our room.
Okay.
Or I will. I'll go get them ready.
Yeah, you do that, and then I'll yell at the YouTube people.
Hold on.
Just stand by.
I'm trying to read really quick. Make
What's
sure
up, Texas T? Yeah, Shabbat Shalom for real.
What all have you made or preserved from your garden so far?
What?
Pickles. More pickles.
Relish.
Jalapeno jelly.
Jalapeno jelly.
And we have cucumbers dipped in or seasoned with ranch seasoning packets over in the freeze dryer.
Really?
Yeah. For cucumber chips.
Oh, she's hooking you up?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I think that's it. I think it's literally just like a whole bunch of different types of cucumbers.
But you're about to make some what?
I was going to make salsa. But I mean,
we've eaten the food too. Like,
yeah.
I've made stuff with it.
I just don't know if I'll be able to make enough salsa to preserve. I think it'd be like we just make some and have it in the fridge.
Yeah, well, whatever. Just make it. Can you make one spicy and one not?
Uh-huh. I'm going to try it. I'm going to get a pepper from somebody.
Man, you're so pretty, dude.
You're weird.
You're so pretty.
Why are you being weird?
I can't even look at you because you're so pretty. It's like...
Because I got my teeth in.
No, it's just breathtaking. Yeah.
Oh, that's so uncomfortable.
I know you don't take compliments well. Roxy, here.
Thanks.
Here.
My mom gave it to me.
Here. Here. Good girl. Come here. Here. Sit.
Someone I've been praying for after seed planting said, Happy Sabbath today, and started reading the Bible for... Oh, that's freaking... No. Started reading front part of the Bible. That's super exciting. I don't know if she ended up getting on or not, but we have a friend from way back in California.
Oh,
who started reaching out, and she started...
Misty.
Yeah, she started asking questions, and I said something about... She asked about Sabbath. I wish I could figure out how to, like, tell... if it got moved, and I was like, it's literally nowhere in the Bible that it get moved to Sunday. It's only the Catholic Church decided that. Yeah. You know, and she was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. But she ended up asking a bunch of different questions regarding Torah stuff about like sacrifices, and I'm like, no, we don't do that. And then she asked about feast days and like Christmas and stuff like that. Like she was asking a lot of questions, and I was like, oh, that's freaking awesome, just like out of nowhere.
Well, somebody been studying.
Yeah. Hey, mommy. Hold on. It's like when people's hearts are...
Can you do the thing with them really quick?
I'll be back. What?
Yeah, when people's heart condition, when
it opens, when their eyes open, it's like they're willing.
When the scales fall from their eye, when the Father does whatever he does.
That's mine.
It's super cool. Oh, I was drinking the crap out of it.
That's mine.
Come here, YouTube peoples. Oh, yeah. There we go. Hi. No promises. I'll try to keep up with the chat-ish. It's also getting dark out here, so it's a weird little twilight right now. It's twilight. Man, a buddy of mine, that I knew on the West Coast, I really, he was like kind of like my spiritual dude, especially when my life was getting turned around. I thought for sure when I shared the way with him, like he would hear it and kind of know. And no, man, he's on some weird shit right now, and I wish he wasn't, but that's not up to me. I didn't catch the first part saucing, but I'm trying to. Oh, man. Yeah, yeah, if the sound, hey Cheryl, if the sound isn't, if it's not lining up, um, you can try to just close YouTube out altogether and then come back to it and then get back, find the channel again and then come back on it. And it should sync up. Also, I have a big mustache, so if it doesn't look right, maybe it's because my mustache is in the way. But no, man, I've had problems with it not syncing on mine too. I've had to like totally close everything out, not just click off of it, but close all my apps, everything, and then restart, and it helped. Yeah, Saucin, if your dad's coming around, man, yeah, I'll pray for him, dude, because I think that's amazing, especially being a Baptist preacher. That's a trip. There's a friend of mine, a really close friend of mine that is in Arkansas that I had been close with forever, that when, right before I came to the way, his dad and him, they were my people, and the father had to separate me from them, and I always wonder if someday he'll remove the scales from his eyes and he'll see. I hope so, but we'll see what happens. Shalom, SK, what's up? Hey, Tommy. Yeah, man, it's been an amazing few weeks. I've got a really big project that I'm starting up, and it's a doozy. I don't want to talk about it too much because the customer's kind of private. So, but it's a really big job. It should last about 2.5 months. Is what I got my time frame in. You locking the chickens up? Okay. But we'll see how it goes. If I could get done a little sooner than that, that would be awesome. Because I've got a really big deck. That sounded bad. I have a deck job. I'm going to build a deck for some people, and the bid that I gave them was like 20 grand, but like base price of the square footage they wanted, base price for the area I'm bidding it in is like $30 a square foot, and I bid it at like 22. Mostly because I really like them, and that their dad keeps the way, and I just met the guy randomly. He saw my Zeet seat and was like, hey, shalom. If I said shalom, would you know what that means? So anyhow, I met the guy just randomly out in the world, and I wanted to give him a good deal on building a deck for him. I wanted to give him a good deal and try to be fair and give him a good price, but it was still like 20 grand, which is a lot, you know, especially in this economy. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it didn't seem like they were like struggling financially. So that's a good thing. And also that's like my jam, doing custom decks like that. It's super fun for me. I kind of get to get a little bit artistic on it. Just kind of like the shower I just did. Hey, love, you got your phone on you?
Huh?
Got your phone on you?
Nah, man.
Can you, when you bring it back out, can I see it for a second?
What if we just go in?
Is it time? Are they in the room yet?
They're in the room and the table's wiped off.
Oh yeah, we're going inside.
It's dark right now.
Yeah, it's dark. They can still see me, but we're about to go in. All right, guys. All right, we're going in. Going in.
Feed the cat.
What if we get hungry?
And we have now entered into. Turn that TV off. Or not that one. That's fine.
What if we get hungry? Don't show them our everything.
Don't show them our everything. Oh yeah.
It's so clean.
There we go. Woo. Oh goodness.
We shut all the windows. The house got so smoky earlier. We had to open everything.
We're back in the casa in the AC. Praise the Most High, because I was getting ate up. And I'm so tore up from chiggers. Have you guys ever had chiggers before? There's like these little tiny bugs that basically burrow in your skin. And I mean, tiny, like tiny. And that's about it. And then they basically munch on you for a minute, and then they die, and then that's kind of it. But they're awfully itchy, and it lasts. For me, it can last up to about 2 weeks. But when I transition from like hot to cold or cold to hot, they instantly, just like that, start itching again. And I got them on my legs, I got some on my side, I got them all on my ankles. And I wasn't even in crazy tall grass or nothing like that. Just like a little bit of bushes. I did go hiking around on my property.
But you didn't bring the cannon stuff back?
No, I
my
didn't.
Goodness.
It sounds like you said cannon. You didn't bring the cannon back. No, canning.
Did you want more of this?
Huh? Kombucha, please.
Or we got sparkly something.
But look, she did some pickling things.
Make a pickle.
There we go. Yeah, she did some pickling things today, which is really good.
The relish was interesting.
Yeah, super yummy. So I'm. Hey, grab the relish.
You want to try it?
Well, I don't want to try it.
I want
is
you
it?
to try it.
Okay, I'll try it.
Because I opened it the other day to put it on my burger.
Relish.
It's open already.
I'm gonna try it.
It's interesting. It has a flavor that I can't identify.
Ooh. Damn, that's fire.
It's got
That's
flavor.
really good.
What's the flavor though?
Homemade.
No, but I.
That's the homemade flavor. It's not store-bought. It's delicious. Thanks, babe. Killed it. Oh, yeah. I highly recommend these. These are super duper good. And there might be a better brand, but I just like the way these ones taste. Yeah. What's it say? Gingerade? I like it. What's up, little one? You want a nana? Yeah. Hey, are your hands super filthy? Why don't you go wash your hands and face before you eat that? Please.
And before you lay in my bed.
Yeah.
What's I doing? I'm here. I'm doing something. Will you help me remember what I was doing?
Oh, chiggers, bro. I was getting into chiggers. Sorry, Justin. Sorry about the delayed run. So there's about, I don't know if you guys noticed this, I think there's about a minute delay between like the time this goes and you guys get it. So I have to wait, and sometimes I get a little sidetracked, but anyhow, all I was really trying to get at is when I came in from being hot outside and it was cool in here, I instantly started itching.
What was I doing? Oh, I want you to put it in the compost. Compost.
Oh, compost? Okay. You guys are super duper distracting me.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like really bad.
I'm coming now.
Can you get on your phone, please?
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, I need your phones for the chat because I can't read it on my screen.
You want me to get the laptop?
No, I want your phone.
Just leave that on the stove, bud. Okay.
You can make kombucha start from that bottle. You know what? You can, because all it takes is like what, the enzymes or whatever that's in here, and just put whatever else in it and all the ingredients, and it'll just start doing it again. I've heard that. Probably more details than that, but yeah, I'm tracking SK.
It's called a stewy or brewy or something. Some sort of something that the kombucha start is called. Chewy. Somebody's gonna know what it is. SCOBY! It's called a SCOBY, I think. Oh, maybe that's yogurt.
I don't know what you're talking about, love. You want to get in here?
Yeah. I'll go sit down.
Hold on, I'm trying to read these. SCOBY, she said LOL. I love that. You got enough room in here?
I'm gonna.
You're gonna make room? Hold on, guys. Stand by.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be alright.
Hey, that camouflage backpack in one of the pockets is my Bible.
I don't know what
Can you guys
happened.
get it for me, please, and
This
bring it
one's
to
been
me?
sitting for. Hold on, let's get one that hasn't been sitting for too long, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know what this is.
Sunburn?
I don't know. I think it's stretch marks. And some of them like crack down the side. Just,
Hey, why don't you give me all that, and then that way you can scoot over, because there's not gonna be enough room for
what
my
is
big
this?
big old panda on top of there.
Is this a fungus? What is that?
Probably moved it too fast.
Whoever is familiar with what I'm asking will know just by that quick little shot what the heck is going on. Sorry about the loud, y'all. We just got so much crap.
We got awesome stuff. Look at that.
Wish I could see this.
That's about to turn into
Just
something.
show them this part of the table really quick.
Can they see it?
Kind of. Yeah, there we go. It's just got a whole table full of things.
It's all the things. Okay, that's good. All right, excellent. Going back.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm dropping everything. You didn't make a mess. Scurvy. I'm really trying here, guys. I'm sorry. Okay.
Are we gonna be serious now?
We are.
Are y'all ready? Y'all ready to do the things we're supposed to do? What we all?
Ready.
We're all drawn here to do this tonight. It's the one thing, and if you know what I'm talking about, hit it in the chat and tell me what it is.
Oh yeah. I know the answer.
I know you know the answer, but you don't get to say it in the chat.
I win. Why do you win? Because I win.
Yeah, I don't like that game.
Alright. I want to see the rest of the chat, but apparently the rest
That's
of the chat
right.
really did.
Brian Barnes got it. Nerd out with the word out. That's right.
I walked to within 15 yards of those deer and they gave 0 points.
Which one is that?
Pop it. Pew pew num num. Yeah. That's exactly my thought.
Yeah. I seen some deer the other day. I was very tempted to throw a large rock and take me one home. But that's not how we get down.
I have to go back up. Oh, SK's on.
Yes, SK's on. You didn't know
Oh,
that?
I did not know.
Yeah.
Did report on my health. Nothing wrong found so far.
Yay!
Praise
Praise
ya!
the Most High. See, I wasn't keeping up
so
with the chat.
good. That's so good.
This phone is super duper
Man.
cooking.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah. Samesies.
As long as you're not going through, you know, the process of, I don't know what's wrong. Well, we don't know what's wrong either, but you're just going to suffer forever. And we're just going to throw all this stuff at you and hope that you get better.
Sun scaled?
Sun scald.
Oh, sun scald.
I think some of them, one of them has a burn. I might have given it to the chickens. That one's mushy. That's got a spider web on it.
That's fine. I mean, it's got a little mush, but...
That one's been like upside down for too long, chilling.
Oh, yeah.
But like they're like that one. That one's got a big old crack in it.
I don't know, but...
Look at this one's got blossom and drop. That's not blossom. Oh, that's from a scald maybe. Yeah, that's what the sunburns look like. Don't squeeze it.
It's gonna hatch babies in here. What do you guys think?
Maybe.
Will aliens?
Oh no!
Will aliens come out if I
Don't
squeeze that?
it.
I'm not gonna do
I
it.
will. I will barf. All right, now we're going. We're going. Ugh, God, it looks so gross. I'm looking at it again.
Yum, yum, yum.
Let's see.
Eat it, Justin. You're terrible, bro.
No.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it at Measure Tree, homie. You going this year?
The beard reflects light.
The beard, this one?
Even if it was all the way dark, we'd see a floating white beard.
You would. You would. This is like the whatever essence or whatever, like.
SK says baking soda and water paste takes out the itch for several hours. And Matt says we've used apple cider vinegar. See, I like the lavender oil. I have the little
lavender oil
wrap
does
roller
work
bowl.
pretty good on mosquito bites, but not with chiggers, man. It can't even phase. Chigger bites are really bad. So what I did last night, I just washed and then dried off immediately, and then I took like some kind of steroid cream and just wiped it on there, and it helped. But
Medic Mouse says after the R2 that you were down
yeah.
at, I was covered in them. The sunburn I got on deployment later that week made them all run out of my crispy arms.
Mouse, I'm sorry, bro. I was pretty hard on you, but I know you'd been in enough of them. You knew what to expect. I was really hard on two dudes in there in particular. Don't upset their names. But yeah, I was really hard on two dudes intentionally that were there.
What are Fresno peppers?
But out of love, not out of anything bad. Oh man, this kombucha's on
1 Peter
fire
3:19
right
says, Yahshua went to proclaim unto the spirits in prison, seeing people saying he went to preach in hell. I don't know about that. Anyone have a better understanding on this?
What? Okay, what scripture?
1 Peter 3:19.
Dude, the kids were supposed to bring my word.
My word, where my word at?
Hey,
I guess, hold on.
Josiah,
Let's see what we're looking
I
at.
asked you to do something.
To the spirits in prison. Yeah, I would. The way I read that, like, off the top of my head, is just like the ones that are the spirits that are locked up. Like Sheol, maybe, or whatever that. I don't know what. There's multiple different belief systems on all of that. Let me see. Let's go into the BLB. Let's go to the BLB. I don't mean to offend anybody if I do an accent that offends you, but I do a lot of accents, and I'm sorry.
If you get offended,
Yeah, I'm sorry about it.
yeah, sorry about it, homie. Unless I'm totally wrong, and then I'll receive the rebuke for sure.
1 Peter 3:19 is. He also went and made proclamation to the spirits in prison who in the past were disobedient when God patiently waited in the days of Noah while the ark was being prepared.
Huh.
In it, a few, that is 8 people, were saved through the water. Yeah, to me that means like these people were dead, but now they are alive, but they were definitely dead. Because they were in the past were disobedient when God waited in the days of Noah.
I'm not tracking the whole thing, so.
That's fine. I don't know. I think to me it's just, I would assume it's just the spirits that are locked up that were in the holding cell or whatever.
I didn't catch it,
Maybe
guys.
somebody
Sorry.
else has a better.
Yeah, maybe somebody in this chat
Praise
can
God.
hit it, or we can circle back in a minute. Every time I see it, I think of her.
Alright. You can make a kombucha start from that bottle. Hold on. Bag is potent today. Dang it.
Oh, yeah.
Spray deodorant, arid, extra dry, I think stops the chigger itch quick.
So what I do for chiggers most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time what I do is I take rubbing alcohol right after I've itched my legs until they're like good and bloody. Then I take rubbing alcohol and just drown them in it. And then, you know, then it just burns.
So a couple of people
It's
are
pretty good after that, I
saying
guess,
too much
until the
water.
next day.
For the tomatoes,
Oh,
which is kind of a problem because when it rains, it pours out here.
Oh, true
And it's
that.
just like,
I bet you, hey,
control.
I bet you was the big
Yeah.
downpours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it will.
And it was because they were like almost ready to,
Yeah.
to start turning, and then we got
Yeah.
that giant rain.
Yep. And there was a couple days with like
Ah.
random rain. But when I water, I don't water like super deep with the tomatoes because I would rather the roots kind of go down and find water.
Look at that tomato, though. I mean, I got a big hand. That's a big tomato. And this one is a Amish paste. So,
That one is a aroma, isn't it?
no, it's not aroma. That's aroma.
The baby ones are
These
aromas?
are-
I thought those ones were Amish paste.
Roma.
Dang.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Roma.
Oh, I thought those were Amish paste. Dang.
You guys agree? Roma
Hold on, let me
or
scroll back.
Roma? I could be wrong too. And then this one's Amish paste, I believe, which is a little bit different.
Tablespoon of that stuff.
A little bit
glass-
more round.
She said a tablespoon of the kombucha, a glass of black tea, and a quarter cup of sugar, and let it sit a few weeks.
And if you let it sit too long, you got alcohol.
Booze, give me the booze, McMuffin.
Yeah, give me the booze, McMuffin. I mean, not me, because I'm going to act all kinds of inappropriate, but honest pace are aromas.
Read the book. Oh, just kidding. You guys are, I'm like, what was that?
Roma,
It's so
yeah.
bossy, but there was part of the guessing game you put on there for them.
Yeah.
I thought you were yelling at me.
Definitely Roma. The Italian confirms. Thanks, him. See?
Dang it.
See?
All right.
I win.
Why do you win?
Because I'm hella good at gardening. No, I'm not at all. I'm good at site identification. And
He's good at measurements.
I memorize shapes and all kinds of useless stuff unless you're putting it into certain applications, and then it's really, really useful. Yeah, I got some over
Where
here.
they at?
Yours are clear over here.
Why?
Because you pushed them.
All right.
So when I'm at work, I do this thing, like we'll start working, and then I'll be like, where's my thinking pencil? And so I'll put one in my hat. And then it's like game on. Like this is like...
We're in work mode now.
Yeah, when you put like your cool guy kit on or whatever, like it's like you're turned on. Like this is mine for work. So this like I put the pencil in my hat, boom. Game on. Now I'm contractor mode.
Medic Mouse says he's grown mushrooms. So I was actually curious. Somebody told me, because I got the ADHDs, somebody told me there was a specific mushroom. I didn't realize it was a mushroom. I thought it was a supplement. I'm going to look it up, see what it was that she said. But I was wondering if that's not something we could grow here. Because apparently it's really good for ADHD. But I'm like, what kind of mushroom is it? You know what I mean? I don't know anything about the mushrooms. Is it mushrooms?
Yeah, I need you to stay on the chat though too.
Yeah, I will. Just there's somebody in here that knows more than I do about this.
Sober party. What's up, yo? So
Lion's mane.
Lion's mane.
Yeah, it sounds like a supplement or a plant, but apparently it's
also
a mushroom.
have one right there too.
Well, it's not open yet.
Okay. Well.
Where are we going in the book tonight? I kind of was thinking, what if we just go back? Is there anything on your mind or your heart? Because we could also just finish where we were last time. Pick up where we left off.
Where'd we go last time?
We were in 1 John.
1 John?
I don't remember where, but we could just keep reading through them.
Yeah, why don't we do 1 John? Let's start in 4. I don't know where we got to last time, but that's 4. Yeah, 4 is a good one. It's got a lot of meat potatoes. And I mean, they're all good, but
did we do 3? I think we did.
I don't remember, dude.
I feel like all of these are good, so I just don't want to skip one. But
so you know what? Somebody said. Oh, go ahead.
Jude 1 verse 6 and Genesis 6 are notes that she has on that verse that was asked about, the prison verse. Do we want to go there?
Yeah, do it.
Jude, hey Jude.
I didn't hear the whole thing. I missed it because I was in La La Land probably. I don't know. I'm awfully tired. It's been a long 3 weeks.
Jude 1. Breaker 1:9. But when the archangel Michael contended with the devil, was disputing about the body of Moses, he did not presume to pronounce a blasphemous judgment, but said, "Lord, rebuke you." Wait, maybe that wasn't right. Dang it, where'd the chat go?
Oh no.
Oh no. There's a thing that says if you say R and R, it sounds like you're saying "oh no," but with an accent. Oh no.
Yeah, somebody said mushrooms earlier, so I know one dude that's doing mushrooms, and he's got a bunch of mushroom logs, and they're shiitakes, and I was trying to do them this year, but I didn't get my tree in time, because your logs got to be like
1/6
before it goes into leaves, before it starts budding out. You gotta have fresh, and then you gotta like drill a bunch of holes and plug them with the spores, and they get going.
I was reading the wrong verse in Jude, by the way.
You were.
And
Yeshua preaching in hell is what they're asking out in Peter 3:19. Mm-hmm. That's encouraging community.
But he was saying it said in prison, not in hell. So he was asking what the meaning was. It does say prison, but it also says the spirits in prison, and then it talks about later
What's the so in
like
prison
Noah.
or in hell or whatever it is? So the translation is it Shaul or whatever that one is word is? You know what I'm talking about?
No, the word was like translated. It was the same word used for guard.
Interesting.
Watch.
Interesting.
But the verse that we were supposed to actually read before I went into some other random verse that made no sense.
Okay.
And the angels who did not stay within their own position of authority but left their proper dwelling, he has kept in eternal chains under gloomy darkness until the judgment of the great day.
Aha. Okay. Yeah, that's fire. That's a
And
good
then
note to cross-reference with that one.
6. Crap. I lost it again. Somebody keeps posting in all caps, and I'm like, why are you yelling at me?
Who's posting?
It was earlier. I'm scrolling through all of them. It's like, you are overwatering. I'm like, what? Sorry. And then Paul Meadows says, read the book. And I'm like, okay. But he's talking about nerd out with the word out. What are we supposed to do?
No, I know.
But it's on all caps, so I'm like, why are you yelling? Genesis, yes.
Oh, BT Dubs, the steak was fire.
What a prayer. I tried to eat it, but
yeah. Hey, listen, just so you know, you did a phenomenal job cooking it, and it was right on time, and it was a really good cut of steak too. Okay. So we got blessed.
Oh, this is talking about.
Okay, read it.
This is the came and make a babies. When man began to multiply on the face of the land and the daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were attractive.
Oh.
And they took as their wives any they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of renown.
Man, I just want to study that.
Dude.
Because when it talks about in Revelations, it talks about in Revelations, like it'll be like in the days of Noah.
Oh yeah.
Is that in the Revelations prophecy, or is that in something else? I can't remember.
It's all over, probably.
I wish I had freaking Taxley Torah here with me right now, man. He'd probably fire that one away. I'm smoked, but I'm also really enjoying this. My notes, there she is. Genesis 6:1. Oh, Genesis 6, and then Peter 3:20 gives the clue for the Nephilim. Yeah.
I was also wondering, super squirrely side note, but I was wondering when it says that a woman should have her head covered for the sake of the angels.
Yeah,
if
dude.
If there isn't something to do with the Nephilim creation.
Yeah.
That because like there's not really enough like scripture, and I've been convicted on both ends, and.
There's
that one verse where I'm like,
Okay, if we're a new group of people, or if we're about, sometimes I really prefer it if her head is covered because for me, it's like she's not trying to flaunt that in the world. Yeah. She's saving that for me, which is truly respectful.
And coming from a saved Jezebel, it's like, hair can be used as a tool, I guess, for manipulation. And so there are times where, like, if I feel like if there's something off and I don't know what it is, if I can't seem to like reconnect, I do feel like I end up going back into that.
I do know about using your hair for minute. That's how I got this channel. this right here.
Oh my gosh. Roman. Amish paste aromas? What do you mean?
That's right, SK. Her glory is her hair.
Oh, apparently. You get kombucha vinegar, not alcohol.
Yes, if you crack this thing and then leave it for too long, it will turn into a wine, I think. Some kind of boozy product. And I think Dudley did that on accident. He left it too long after cracking one, and it turned into
totally a mushroom you can grow.
Some
okay.
Pooch.
Lion's mane. She said her and her husband. The one chick says that they use it for their ADHD and it helps a lot.
Yeah.
And to me, like, I feel like the mental aspect of, like, the stress part of the ADHD has been way better since I started patching. But, like, I still have a lot of the, like, the squirrely brain and the forgetfulness and all that. But that stuff doesn't really bother me. The fidgeting, none of that stuff really, it might bother other people.
This helps with ADHD for me.
Psych.
I will not be able to focus on anything except for drinking milk if I chug this whole thing down. That's it. Works every time.
So as always says, there aren't many old, bold mushroom hunters.
Hey, so I lived in the Pacific Northwest, and it is very popular in that state, in the 2 states up there, that it's very popular to go out in the coastal regions where they have constant overcast and constant drizzle of rain in the mountains and pick mushrooms. Chanterelles is one of the very popular ones, I believe. And there's a bunch of other ones. And then there's also like some kind of psilocybin. I don't really know nothing about that, but evidently they have those there too growing naturally. LOL. And I might be thinking of a different one. Maybe it's not chanterelle, but they have a different. So the coastal region up there is really fish oriented, but like with that becomes like a bunch of like really high end fancy restaurants, and they do like fancy foods. So any of the fancy name mushrooms they got up there are really cool. Actually, I was just looking this morning at one of my bros had some shiitake mushrooms on his counter that he grew in his shiitake log. And I think it was a log from last year, and it came back again, which is super cool. If you ever watched the videos on how you do the plugs on those and like the whole process, it's a lot of work to get mushrooms to grow. But I think once you kind of get like mushroom logs going, it's like, and you got the process and the timing and all that, I think it's totally worth doing. Although in hotter climates, I think it is a bit more challenging.
Kermode says, praise report, just had a badass conversation with 2 coworkers about the scriptures, went from no way bro to great conversation, let's have another sometime. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, Kermode.
Dude, look, it's so, like, it's like, this is the whole point. You know what I mean? Like, every time you talk to somebody, no matter who it is, like, I couldn't, with the Christian doctrine, I could not answer questions. I could not make sense of their arguments because they were valid arguments, because I struggled with them.
Yeah.
And so this is, like, something that we're finally, like, we have a good understanding enough where we can actually explain, we can actually handle people's arguments or doubts or whatever, whether they be unbelievers or Jews or
anybody,
Christians or whatever. Like, it all, this is like the one thing that makes sense no matter who you're talking to. And once they start hearing it, they're like, oh crap.
Well, because it's in context, and you can't, your ears know the difference between being tickled and truth. And truth isn't always comfortable. But it is, for me, it's fulfilling. It's like a breath of fresh air to hear truth. And that for me was like one of my, I guess that's discernment. When I was coming to the way, is I knew it was truth. I just knew in my everything about it. I just knew, and I love that. But I had a really good conversation on one of the first deployments I went with somebody, and this is a really cool testimony for how operating in truth and the spirit goes. So I was in Kentucky, and a guy came from Florida, and his name is Brennan. He might be on here right now. But he wasn't a church dude. He hadn't been to church since he was like, maybe he hadn't held a Bible since he was like 10 or 11, and he's in his 30s or something. And he he had so many arguments for modern day Christianity in every congregation that he even heard people talk about Jesus or the Bible. He always had biblical arguments. And while he was there, he came to me and he asked me a bunch of questions. And he goes, this is the first time in my whole life that every single thing that I had to argue with a biblical experience before meeting you guys was I had an argument because they didn't match up with scripture, but you guys do everything that the book says to do, and I can't find an argument with how you guys live your life. And then also the Ruach was just moving. And matter of fact, SK, you were on that deployment, and me and you were killing it in the kitchen. That was a good time. That was profound for me because I was still pretty new to the way. I think I was still in my first year, maybe, or maybe just coming into my second year. And it was so like a breath of fresh air because I knew what he meant. Because the gray areas that you find in modern day Christianity, and that the gray areas were always like the point of doubt for me. Like, is this even real? Because these things that get brushed over or swept under the rug or kind of neglected on, well, what does this mean if it says this? Well, and nobody has good answers, and so it gets really pushed to the side, and even to the point where they're like, oh, if you don't have the discernment or if you don't have the spirit, maybe that's, you don't need to worry about that right now if you're not there, and it was always like, it's painful to hear that, because if you're like in your word and you're searching, like it's different. And the year before coming to the way, I was in the word more than I had been in my whole life, and the people that I was around that were elders in the fellowship that I was in, what they were doing and preaching wasn't really matching up with scriptures, and I knew something wasn't right. So it's one of those things. But yeah, his testimony is when he left that deployment, I think I gave him a copy of the scriptures, and he called me and asked me questions all the time, like, how do I do Sabbath? And when he left, he told me, like, you hear it sometime when I go home, I'm going to do all the things, and I'm going to start keeping this and doing this, and I'm going to get my family on board. Well, this dude did all that. And I think the next Passover, he came from Florida and did Passover with us, and it was awesome. And he had an amazing family. His family was so freaking cool. And they camped out on our land. Yeah, it was a good time. I super miss that brother. And Beachy Dubs, if you're in the chat, homie, I super love you. And I know I haven't called you in a while, but you've been on my heart lately, so I'm gonna have to do that.
Aaron Wolf, the biker, says, was told I have been duped due to my Torah belief today. Said it was a cult that had all the Jewish Israelite all confused. It's not funny probably, but we make a lot of jokes. Like when like I'll talk to my mom and be like, "You want to come visit my cult?" Because like we know like originally, I was like, "Nope, that sounds like a cult. Everything sounds like a cult. It all sounds." It's like no, like everything that sounds is what's the word? It's the same word. Cognitive dissonance. When it's something you're unfamiliar with, your brain can it just automatically rejects it and is like, nope, stay clear from that. But we're so ingrained in what literally churches are cults. You know what I mean?
To me. Yeah.
So I guess any kind of congregation with a religious belief could be somehow put as a cult anyways, but we get that so often that we just end up we joke about it together.
Well, and so here's the thing too, is that we're also into preparedness, and yeah, exactly, SK, eyes to see and ears to hear when it comes to scriptures. Yeah, but there's also the other part of it, which people sadly misunderstand what preparedness is about. Oh, you're one of those weirdo end of the world preppers. Not really. Sure, to a certain extent, but that's not the objective.
We don't have tinfoil hats, although I have thought about tinfoiling my whole camper.
So part of it is if you've ever done without, and I'll give you just the basics: water, during the wintertime, if the pipes in town freeze and the water supply's out, or your house pipes bust and you haven't put any water back and the whole town's out of water.
Which happened to us.
And then the grocery stores happen, or COVID. What happened? What was the first thing to disappear off the shelves?
TPs.
Yeah, toilet paper. And I'm going to tell you right now.
And you couldn't go to the store at first.
I wasn't tripping for like the first month because we had plenty. But after that first month, we were getting low. I was like, man, I haven't seen any on anywhere. And then I found like a couple pallets of it at like local Home Depot or something, just randomly had some in there, and so I bought a couple cases, and you know, we made it through no problem. But
and then there was like my mom when she was in California near the Shasta fire, like they like where she lived would literally shut down the entire power grid if it was going to be a windy day. Because of the fire hazard. And so my mom had to like stock up on like off-grid type living. She got some solar, but I think her solar may have been ran into the grid. But she had like generators, all this stuff. Like, we've experienced enough natural and unnatural going without. And so like preparing to like make sure that your family is still okay even when shit goes crazy, whether temporarily or permanently. Like, we should all be growing in our understanding of how to grow food. We should all be having some food backup, some storage of something, so that way, if COVID happened again, and we couldn't go to the store, we have enough to survive on for a while. And
it's also a biblical concept. And yes, SK, I agree with that point. Ask people in Houston right now if they wish they would have had like water put back or solar put back. Exactly. That's another thing. It's like because stuff happens, life happens. A tornado could come through, an earthquake, a hurricane. You know, there's like a ton of different stuff that can happen. Forest fires, and I mean, these things, they happen all the time. If you've ever been on a deployment or watched one online where we're out there doing stuff, it's bad. It's really bad.
I have several rolls of Reynolds wrap.
and I'll tell you, if Grindstone wasn't plussed up enough to be able to do the things that they do to help people, because we show up with supplies. We show up.
Hey, you guys want to go to bed?
Hey, that's enough. We're live right now.
We're not going to argue, or are you going to go to bed? That's the deal.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Bye.
I'm trying to get away from them.
All right. Leave her alone.
Well, I'm hungry.
Nope.
No, you ate enough. Go.
When feces flies into the fan blades. Oh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And so, like, with all that being said, if Grindstone wasn't plussed up on preparedness, they wouldn't even have an idea when we went on deployment, but we're really good at it when we go on deployment. A lot of times, emergency management companies or management. Let me know if we're 5x5, guys. Oh, it's not doing anything.
My phone looks like it's still doing something. Maybe I'm just
lagged. No, it's late.
Back.
Yeah, you're late.
Oh, I mean, it looked like it was doing fine. Look.
Okay, it's going again. Sorry about that. Yeah. Thank you, Hemi. So, if they weren't plussed up on it and weren't good, like when emergency management in whatever area we go to, they usually, when we come in, they see us as a huge resource because we're not there trying to profit off of a disaster, and we're squared away enough where we don't need anything from them. We just want to know where we can help, and that for Grindstone is like, because the basis of who started Grindstone and the motives and the understanding of all that stuff came from preparedness, state of mind, you know, and like that for me is, there's an application for it no matter where you live in the world. And I think that for me, I've always had a little bit of in me. Sam, quit bumping into that, please. I've always had a little bit of that in me. I've always put stuff back in case of emergencies on a lot of different things.
I mean, even it's in Genesis. Even Noah. I mean, he was 5 months, and it says, take food. Like it says, also take with you every sort of food that is eaten and store it up. It shall serve as food for you and for them.
Yeah, well, and
like
that's
even Noah's.
Yeah, well, and for the animals and for his family. But
Yeah.
so that's one of the concepts biblically, that preparedness is a biblical thing. But look at Joseph, right?
Okay.
Didn't he do it?
Okay. Yeah, for mathematic reasons.
Yeah, so he put 7 years. He put 7 years of food back because they knew a lean time was coming,
Like
and they during that time when there was 7 lean years, they prospered in lean years, which is preparedness. So that's like a thing. Shalom.
I don't know why when you say lean years, it sounds like you're trying to say linears, but like with a weird accent. Lean years.
Enunciation.
Lean years. Okay, on. Okie dokie. Alright. Let's go. I don't know where we left off.
Be careful filling that.
It may not be empty. Is it empty?
Yeah.
Okay. Get yourself a ticket and bring it here so I can sign it.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, Oak.
Okay.
So
I bought raffle tickets
ouch.
for my kids. And when they do good things and when they're helpful, they get a raffle ticket. And when they are being disobedient or disrespectful or not,
They get
the ticket taken away. And then at the end of the week or month, we haven't decided because I haven't even talked to him about it yet. Then we go through all their tickets, and if they've had a bunch, we'll give them prizes. If they have, like Josiah was in the negative for like 2 days.
Oh.
Yeah, he was owing me tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's working. He came out of it.
I got tickets now.
You got tickets now?
He's in
You
the
finally earned them?
positive.
Awesome. Good job, buddy.
Now.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And Matthew like responds really well to it. He's like,
Yeah, and it's way cheaper with tickets than cash.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And then we can cash it in on something, but like Sammy's just like all over the place. She's like, yep, I'm gonna help. I'm like, hey, can you do this? Yep, I'm on it. Like she wants all the tickets.
All these are mine.
That's
almost
awesome.
all of them.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Can you find me a Band-Aid, love? Yeah, I got an owie right here. I need to cover it up.
And the roll of tickets was like $5 or something. Like it was like super, super worth it.
Yeah.
Let me see. And then we don't have to do multiple warnings. We just give them one warning, and then if they don't listen, then they just.
That's it. You should have been listening.
You lose a ticket.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I don't remember where we left off.
I don't
remember
know
if
either.
we did. I know we read 2, but I don't remember if we read 3.
I bet you if you ask these guys, somebody remembers. What's up, Wrenches?
Does anybody remember where we left off in 1 John last week? Because I feel like it may have been 3.
Here, I want to do something really quick. No, I need the.
Bigger.
I need this one. I want to. So yeah.
All right, Daddy. Done?
Oh, she's gonna doctor him up.
Hold on.
You gotta turn the bright. Oh, there you go. Mine is on the yellow too. I have it on the yellow screen.
Hold on one second. Stand by. So I don't know if you guys can see this good, but that.
Oh, sorry.
That's the tile shower I did this week. It came out really good. You guys are bouncing right now, and stop because you're shaking the camera.
Okay. Hey, Daddy, come. Done.
Thanks, baby love. Well, that's a big old Band-Aid.
Yeah, that's like the only ones we have.
Okay, that's cool. I got a bunch in one of my things too, so I'll have to give you guys the ones I got.
Monopoly money. Have an auction.
Yeah, have an auction. That'd be cool.
Yeah, for one really good item,
Yeah.
most money. I figure, I was like, oh, maybe we'll do a drawing, and then I'm like, no, because they earned tickets. Like, they did good. I want them to, like, be rewarded. So I don't know if we're going to do cash, like, you know, like a certain amount of tickets per dollar, or if an experience ice cream or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. We could just set it at whatever it's going to be.
So, Meadow,
I'm just sitting here.
If my kids do their chores without being told or go above and beyond, I write a dollar amount by their name. If they have to be told, the amount goes down. I almost never pay out except in Roblox money, $5 at a time.
Yeah, I I've been busy and I've been out of town a lot for about the last 3 weeks. So I was gone a week, home a week, gone a week, and now I'm home, and I should be home for the next, hopefully, 2.5 months. I don't think I have any out of town stuff. Now, never know, could end up on deployment, or have to go do a thing. It's whatever, but I don't really have any plans. So I'm excited to be home because I've got some projects I got to get finished before winter. One of them is, you guys have seen it in the background. I built a little building, which was going to be a bathhouse, but...
I mentioned that a little bit earlier.
Huh?
I said I mentioned that a little bit earlier.
But I got to get it finished up because winter's coming and I want to do some stuff out there, and I'm hoping it'll be a really cool studio for this kind of thing, and also for my office when I'm like doing beds and paperwork and stuff like that. Because I don't know if you guys are familiar with campers, they're not really spacious for privacy.
No, not for phone calls or videos or...
Yeah, they're pretty cool to like sleep in or eat some food, and then outside of that, you pretty much got to go somewhere else.
I mean, he was doing a bid with somebody like for like a week, but they had to keep going and like meeting somewhere to be able to go through and crunch all the numbers.
I had to go. I had to go to somebody's that had a house so that we could just have a minute and sit at like a kitchen table.
And like, you know, and then you like get the mini split for the building, and then you can write that off because that's your like office. You know what I mean? And your business.
That tracks.
It's freaking. It all works out.
Oh,
we just happen to have a washing machine in your office.
We're gonna have to have some write-offs this year.
Yeah.
For sure. Man.
I'm listening and not watching the chat too much as I'm highlighting some verses in the Bibles. I mark my favorite verses before giving Bibles away. That's a good idea. That'd be cool. That'd be a good idea to do that. I actually, because I used to collect Bibles literally just so I could give them to people when they needed them. Until I got to the point where I realized like the ESV says like, thus he declares all food clean. And like that bothered me, so I like went and stopped giving Bibles out because I don't know how to be like, oh, this doesn't actually say that. I'm like, maybe I just go cross it out. Just go cross out all the crazy interpretations. Interpret. Yeah, that's a word. Interpretations? Is that a word? It doesn't sound like a word.
Interpretations?
Yeah?
Yes, it is. Interpretations.
Doesn't sound like a word.
I know, it sounds really weird the way you said it. Now it's like stuck in my head that it's not a word.
It doesn't sound like a word.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We're super redneck.
All right, so we're going. This is.
Yeah, just start reading the word.
1 John 4 looks juicy, says SK. So we're going there.
1 John 4. Yeah, it is juicy. I was looking at some of the subtitles on it.
Let me read yours.
You want to read mine?
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Are you gonna get the?
Oh no.
You're not gonna get the enunciations in there?
It's like when I read this Bible in my head, I know to substitute the words, and I don't really care if it's like Lord or whatever. Like the word Lord, I don't know if that means like Yah
so
or
we're doing
Yeshua
4?
Or whatever. I never know.
I got some stuff highlighted in there too.
I bet you
Excellent.
do.
All right.
So we're gonna go with this one.
All right, here it comes.
Beloved ones, do not believe every spirit, but prove the spirits whether they are of Elohim, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By this you know that the spirit of Elohim. By this you know the spirit of Elohim. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Messiah, has come in the flesh is of Elohim. And every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Messiah, has come in the flesh is not of Elohim. And this is the spirit of the anti-Messiah, which you heard is coming and now is already in the world. You are of Elohim, little children, and have overcome them. Because he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world.
That's right.
Because who's in the world? The enemy is the one that is in the world.
That's the ruler of this area we're living in right now. But not this vessel, yo.
They are of the world. Wait. Yeah. They are of the world. Therefore they speak as of the world, and the world hears them. We are of Elohim. The one knowing Elohim hears us.
Ah, our mediator?
Which is why to me, when the friend from California messaged me saying she had a word that something California something.
Oh yeah.
Something's going down, whatever. Anyways, and then
I don't remember what you were talking about, but I'm tracking. Okay.
So it was pretty much just gonna be a big fire.
Oh yeah.
She had a warning. Anyways, but with that, I was like, I mean. Anyways, after that, and I started talking to her, and she started hearing the word, and she started asking all the questions. Like, it was like, yeah, I.
You talking about your friend with glasses?
No, your friend.
Oh, okay.
It was like.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, oh, okay. I do think that was probably a real warning that she got, because at this point, like, the fact, like, to me, people that are in the spirit can absolutely hear this. Like, if they're in the world, this doesn't make. It says these things are folly, right, to the world.
Yeah.
Because they're spiritually discerned. Yeah. But when you talk to somebody who's very, like, much in the spirit, it's very, very easy for them to hear it and go, "Yep, that checks out." You know what I mean? Like, there's no debate. There's no, like, literally the love of the Father, the love of Yeshua, that is all that matters. They will do whatever the word says because they want to do right by the Father.
Also, sometimes prophets just sound super duper crazy.
Yeah.
They just do. Prophetic dreams seem crazy.
I told her that.
I was talking about a dream that I had that was super vivid. And let me see if I can recall it. Oh, okay. So I actually can remember, like, details out of this dream really good. I don't want to get into it too deep. Actually, I'm gonna save it for another time. Let's keep reading.
All right, we're gonna keep reading. He who is not of Elohim does not hear us. By this we know the spirit of the truth and the spirit of the delusion. Dang. Yeah, that version is way better than it is in mine, probably.
Yep.
Let's see what mine says. 6. Whoever knows God listens to us. Whoever is not from God does not listen to us. By this we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. I guess kind of, but yours still says it better.
Way better.
Beloved ones, let us love one another because love is of Elohim. And everyone who loves has been born of Elohim and knows Elohim. The one who does not love does not know Elohim, for Elohim is love. And people can say that they love you or that they're doing something in love, or I love everyone. You can say you love all day, but your actions and your heart are the real measurement of love.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're sitting around, like, acting a certain way around people and then you go home and bash them, you can call it love all you want.
Heart condition. Heart condition.
It's still hate. It's still one of the things that the scripture says not to do.
Brit Hadashah? Is that what it says?
The New Testament?
No, the talking smack.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, anyhow. Oh, wait, somebody's in the chat skis. Oh.
There is a spiritual realm with both good and bad spirits according to the word. Many are under delusions. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And, well, and here's the thing, too. It's like, how long have we been keeping the way? Like, some of us a few years, some of us a decade, maybe a little longer. I've got some brothers that have been doing it for 25 years. And, the thing is like, we're all still trying to learn this thing and figure it out. It's not like you can just read the book and then all of a sudden, and now some people have that gift, and I'm not knocking you if you do. I don't have that gift. For me, it takes time, and for most people that I know, it takes time of studying the Word and praying and being in the Spirit and being around people that are in the Spirit for me to start really discerning and growing. And I mean, how long were they in the wilderness? 40 years. The Father tested and proved them. Right? When they came out of Egypt, for 40 years. He was like watching and checking them out. Like, how obedient you're going to be. Are you going to whine about everything? What's this look like? And that's 40 years. What am I? This is my wrapping up my 5th year keeping Torah. And, I can say, oh, well, I was a believer. I was saved way before that. Yeah. And there's some fruit with that, but not.
But we definitely still felt like we had to get rebaptized.
Walking in truth is way different than knowing he's real, for me. And like I knew he was real, but walking in truth and his truth, like in the scriptures and the word, and in it, and abiding in his instruction, because the instruction of the Torah, of the word, period, is a lamp to your feet. It guides your path. It shows you how to navigate being here and being set apart, being in the world but not of it. And there's just layers and layers of learning that. And I mean, if I was 80, I'd probably be saying the same thing. There's just a ton to learn. And there's going to be and lessons learned. I mean, look what Moses did, right? He disobeyed, he hearted the Father on one thing, and out of anger smacked a rock instead of tapping it,
Or
like,
talking to it.
or talking to it like he was supposed to. And what did that cost? It cost a lot. But if you're in that position, you got to understand, like, he's in a pretty amazing position, and to like outright not do what is specifically, the Father's pretty specific on a lot of stuff. To not do specifically what he says, and to do it in your own way, is kind of like, that's like our biggest failure, I think, is like, he has a way that he wants you to do it, so do it that way. And it's for a purpose. And like, he's faithful, and so I think he wants us to be faithful. Anyhow, sidetrack.
Hold on, where'd it go? The part in parentheses is called glossing. It's
Yes, Palmetto, that's what I was thinking.
It is supposed to indicate non-original text in place for clarification, so that does not take away or add to. It's just a suggestion. Honestly, that it's so tricky though, because like as a new believer, when I read my ESV, I thought the word was truth regardless. Like, to me, it was 100% truth before I realized how many different interpretations, it sounded like a word that time, translations there were, right? But when I read it, it was like, oh, look, it says he declared all foods clean, so
yeah, even though that was
true.
even though that was in parentheses, and it didn't actually, it's not in the actual Hebrew Bible or whatever. Yeah, it's a whole different thing.
She's asking which video.
Oh, yeah. So I think for me, and there's somebody, like one of my friends from a long time ago, that was asking my wife some questions. And this is a very sweet person. She kind of looked after me and my son, and she was really good to us during a transition in my life. And I actually, me and her got married, and I still lived with this lady renting a room for what, like 3 months, two or three. It was like 2 months after we got married. We didn't live together because we lived in different cities and different counties, and I wanted my son to finish out a school year before I pulled him out. So we had to stay there. Now the weekends we were always together at the apartment, but during the week we were always apart, which was rough, but we made it through. It was good. It was good.
That was the first cast iron I ever washed with dish soap.
Oops. Yeah, I bet you didn't do that again.
I was over here, I'm going to be helpful. I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to do laundry.
She's like, you know what you just did?
I washed it with cast iron.
You watched the cast iron with soap.
Oh, yeah, I washed it with soap. It was no bueno.
Yeah, that's not how you do it.
It's no bueno.
Rookies.
I do know how to care for cast iron now, though. Growing up, I'm getting bigger. Okay. Where's it at?
So cute. Good job, sweetheart. You're really good at that.
Thanks. I make
The
sense
one-
of Carolyn all the time, and it has
Very
a little
decorative. Excellent.
Thanks. And I can mix in I can heat up some treats for us tomorrow.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna make
we'll-
treats for sure. They're
Yeah,
so
we'll
good.
figure it out. I love you.
The one who does not love does not know Elohim, for Elohim is love. By this is the love of Elohim. Wait, to send his only. Gosh, these words seem so backwards. has sent his only brought forth Son into the world in order that we might live through him. In this is love, not that we loved Elohim, but that he loved us and sent his Son to be an atoning sacrifice for our sins. Beloved ones, if Elohim so loved us, we also ought to love one another. Isn't, like, it's so hard to remember that, like, when you're just, like, feeling so justified in your anger or your feelings or whatever, and you realize, like, who you are and who you were and what your outcome should have been, and how somehow he still accepted us.
Yeah.
And he still is made a way for us to spend eternity with him. And you're just like, okay, I guess, like, this little petty situation is not really that important.
Yeah. Hey, so also if you're new on the channel, if you hear a lot of words and sounds that you're not familiar with, this copy of the Bible is called the Scriptures, and it has Hebrew enunciations of words like the Lord our God. It doesn't say that. It says, it'll say Elohim or Yahu or Elohim. It just uses Hebrew enunciations. And then, you know, we say Yeshua instead of Jesus because that's his name and there's no Y in Hebrew. Also, if you're going to study the Bible, you have to understand the language that it was originally written in to really start breaking down a lot of definitions and how things are worded and phrased, because English is a really terrible translation of the Bible. It's so bad, and you have to use a lot of different ones. Matter of fact, there was somebody in the chat, if you could go back, somebody in the chat was saying that there's some verses missing out of Bibles, and there was only a couple that you could find with it in there. So the reason that I like this translation, and that Bibles in general, especially English Bibles, they have what's called copyright infringement. And so although they would all translate the exact same for the most part, except for if you try to do that, people have already copywritten this, and then you end up with what is called copyright infringement. And so they can only go so far until they have to word or change the wording to not infringe on somebody else's copyright of the translation. Even though they're just translating it out of another book, they can't keep it the same. And so people are monopolizing on that, which I think is BS, because it ain't their book, different directions. And so I like this one. I like Moses's Hebrew name, Moshe. I love that. I think it's genuine, and I like the depth that this translation gives. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's you do you. If you're seeking truth, you're going to find it. You're going to find that English, if you study in Hebrew and in Greek and in Aramaic, that English is a really crappy translation of the Bible, period. It just is. It's not that great. So if you're new here,
Shabbat Shalom, SK.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, SK. So if you're new, you know, that's one of the things that I want you to keep in mind if you hear us reading out of this translation. Those are just Hebrew enunciations of what's in your King James Bible, really. No, you've already had enough.
David O'Malley says, how about getting baptized by someone not walking in Torah, but is a good brother, but of traditional Christian church?
So my theory on baptism altogether, in my opinion, this isn't a theory, this is my opinion. Hey, that's not a toy, put it down. Y'all going to bed right now?
No.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. It's
Brush your
bedtime.
teeth.
Go brush up, please. Everybody, brush your teeth. That's it. You got to wrap it up.
Good night, Pomero.
So my understanding of getting baptized, there's different times. There's not a limit on how many times you can do it, but if you're getting baptized and you're confessing and you're confessing your sins, and in confessing you're getting baptized, you're being made new, you're being brought into the faith, into the fold, If it's for remission of sins, if that's why you're getting, it's a fresh start. I'm going to wipe this sin away and have a fresh start. You need to understand the biblical definition of sin before you do this, because walking in the way, you read the book and you do what it says. If you're walking in the way and you're following in Messiah's footsteps, he didn't sin. He was found with no sin and no deceit in his mouth. He didn't sin. And so what is sin, right? So 1 John 3:4, sin is lawlessness. And so if you don't understand that from the point you're getting baptized, that you're going to start trying, or you already have started trying to find the Father's way, and not yours and not the world's and not man's interpretation on it. You have to be acting in conviction. Like, if you're not convicted to like do something different, to walk in the way, to follow his statutes to the best of your ability, because we can't do it all. We can't do all the feast days the way that they are. There's no temple. There's a lot to it. There's no priesthood. There's a lot of things. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I have to fix that, buddy. Sorry about that. Yeah.
You brush your teeth?
No, you guys are going to bed. So for me, before you make that decision to repent, to teshuva in Hebrew, which basically just means to turn. And what are you turning from? You're turning from your sins and you're turning back to the Father, from your ways or the world's ways back to his. You should really understand what the biblical definition of sin is, and so that you can start ironing out, allowing the Father and the Holy Spirit to guide you and direct you in those things, because the Word is truth. If it's one thing that we all know, it's like, this is what truth is. And so the beginning of discernment understands that, okay, I'm sinning, I'm doing these things. And people get confused. They feel bad about something as it being sin. It could be conviction, but it doesn't always mean that. This defines what the Father's definition of sin is. And for me, I needed that. And this is a guide rail for his people. And if you're going to be his people and walk in his statutes, his ways, this is the lamp to your feet. This guides your path. Outside of this, we're lost, man. We don't have enough. We've got to have this in order to please the Father in what we're doing. And there's parts that we can, but the fullness of understanding and truth and his truth, and not mine. Yeah, not mine, not hers, not your guys's, his truth, right? There's a standard, and the Father has to be the one to set the standard. It can't be us. And so the Bible sets the standard. And I think for me, that's a huge part of getting baptized, is I need to understand truth and sin. And so that's my 2 cents on it. Sorry, I got on a little bit of a rant, but I've seen people get baptized just because they wanted a fresh start, but they didn't even have a target they were shooting for after the baptism. They were just getting baptized. And so for me, if you ask me about baptism, I'm always going to point you back to what I just talked about. Understand what you're getting baptized for, what that means. It's a point of turning. My youngest at the ruckus asked if he could get baptized, my youngest. And I said, no. I said, because you have to know what it means. And he goes, I know what it means, Dad. He goes, I don't know how to say it in words, but I know what it means. And so I said, well, this is what it should mean to you right now at your age. And he goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, and I want that, Dad. And nobody was around. There was barely anybody by the tank. He wasn't looking for a big show. And I said, okay. And then I went and told TJ, and I was like, hey, Josiah wants to get baptized, and he knows what's up. And he's like, dude, I'm on my way. And he came bucking out there with me, and we dunked the kid, and it was beautiful. And I knew something changed in him. I knew something changed in him. From that moment, something changed in that kid. I knew it in his spirit, in his demeanor, and how he walked. because his heart set was right, because he knew it meant more than just getting in the water and having people see or clap or blow their shofar when you're done. It wasn't about that. He knew it wasn't about that. It was about, he wanted something bigger for himself. He was turning himself over to something way more important than his own ideas, and he knew that. Even if he didn't have the words to articulate it, it was awesome, man.
Time for bed. Sorry. I was gonna say on that, like, to me, like, I've been, baptized 4 or 5 times?
I don't know. I've only
Because
been
I
baptized
had,
3.
when I was a kid, when I was at vacation Bible school or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get baptized. Didn't really know what that meant. I went a different path. And then, just a banana. Have a banana. Electrolytes. Have some electrolytes. He doesn't have clothes on.
Okay, hold on. I'll get you.
And then, after I became a believer, I was like, I gotta get baptized. And nobody would baptize me. I ended up going down to my grandma's, and she baptized me in the pool.
Oh, they were gonna baptize you, but it was scheduled for a certain day.
Baptized me.
Yeah, there's a tank right there. Let's go.
And then,
Another weird thing in Christianity.
I went down a weird, like, when I started reading left to right and started reading about idolatry and not having any other gods before me, and I started seeing how people were, like, worshiping Yeshua, and it started making me feel, like, weird, where I'm like, I don't know if we should be, like, doing that. Like, the Bible says not to do that. And then, oh, she's stuck on the side of the bed. She fell off the bed into, like, a little side hole. Anyway, so, sorry, we're distracted now. And I ended up finding, like, some verses about who the Messiah would be in the Old Testament, and then found, like, where Yeshua says, like, I and the Father are one, and all of this stuff, right, that made me realize, like, Yeshua is the Messiah. Like, I 100% believe the Old Testament. I wanted the forgiveness of the New Testament, but I didn't want to be, like, in false worship. And once we got the understanding of Yeshua being the Messiah, it was like, oh my gosh, I believe, like, it's like, Jesus is real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was all crazy about it and had to go get baptized again. And then I ended up, like, there was like a, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I can't. You guys are just being rude.
Yeah. Sammy, hurry up and clear your spot.
Sorry. I don't know if you guys are as distracted as I am, but
No, it's totally fine.
it's a lot. And then I ended up, like, the one guy baptized me was like, pretty much, if you're really saved, you'll speak in tongues. So he was praying that over me, and that didn't happen either. And then when we started keeping Torah, we were like, this means something so different. Like, and it was different because, do you want to surrender your life to him? Are you willing to die to yourself? Do you believe that he came to, like, accept you? It's like all of these things mean something else in this
the redeemed,
understanding.
Not accept.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 100% we had to get rebaptized. Like, we were just like, no, what we were doing was, like, it was good for what we knew, but this was different.
Here, let's see if you can. That's 1 John 3 verse 4. It just happens to be on my page. There we go. I don't think you can see it. Probably not. Anyhow, look it up yourself.
Read it.
Read the book, do what it says. Yeah. So, yeah, dude, and like, what does it say in Revelations 12:17, or what does it say in Revelations 14, 12? Yeah, 14:12. I mean, these are like all little clues to all that kind of brought me to the way, that kind of brought me back around to, if I'm getting baptized, what does that mean to me? Cool. What does it mean to the Father? What does that look like from here out?
And it's so funny because that's the one thing people will talk in circles. Okay, we believe we shouldn't sin, right? Yeah. Okay, which ones are we not doing?
Yeah, what sin?
Well,
Which one?
Well, you can't do anything to not sin. You're going to sin no matter what. Okay, so then do I keep sinning? No.
No.
Okay, so what do we stop doing that is considered sin? Oh, well, you just have to love your neighbor? Okay, how do you love your neighbor? It just is a circle.
Don't miss the mark.
Like, you can't, there's
Falling
no
short
way.
of the mark.
They cannot answer it. They'll say don't sin, but then they'll tell you that there is no definition of sin, because if there was, then we would be, like, it's ridiculous. And then they tell you if you try to not sin, that you're somehow trying to earn your salvation by your works.
And I know that we've both talked about this a bunch on the channel, but like if there's new people on here, I want to plus them up. One of the cool things is easy there, Tiger. One of the cool things is this idea isn't really, it's not like something that we made up, right? So this is something that organically thousands of people are coming to the understanding of the wholeness of the Bible. If you don't understand the biblical definition of sin, but you've been a Christian for 20 years, you should really question that. We should know these things. If we have somebody who's died for our sins to redeem us, we should know what sins are. And that's super important. And sins aren't just about feel bad stuff. There's basics, there's 10 Commandments stuff, but there's way more than that in the first 5 books of the Bible. You know, there's way more than that. And they're not a burden. They're not, if you're seeking truth, I mean, that's how I did it. I prayed for his truth, not these people's truth or my truth. I want to know your truth. He's going to show up because he's faithful. And he knows your heart, and he knows your heart condition. He's going to show up.
Yeah. And I feel like that's like the big thing is like, if there's something I may have said this before, but if there's something you're holding on to, whether it be your family or your church or something where you're just like, there's no way I could leave them, you're choosing that as your God, right? Because
what's the scripture say about it?
It really does take complete willingness to do whatever the Father convicts you of.
To abandon, you abandon
deny yourself.
Deny yourself,
yep.
Right? You abandon your entire, whatever it
love
is.
Mother, brother, or sister, or father more than me are not worthy of me.
That are not worthy of the kingdom. They're not worthy of him. Yeah. So it's there's another flip side to that, is that if you're not willing to lose your life, you know, if you're willing to lose your life, you're going to find it. And if you're not willing to, you're going to lose it anyhow.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the point.
But when you have that willingness, when all you care about is doing right by the Father.
Heart condition.
Yeah, when your life becomes about being a servant of Messiah, to be a disciple, to be trained in the Word and in righteousness, you don't care what you have to lose to follow it, because you know that that is right. But if you have something to hold on to, you can't. Like, there's people, I think, if they were to have the conversation, they would hear it. They would see it 100%, but they just can't. They can't let go of that church, or they can't let go of that Christmas, or it's whatever. There's something that you hold
it's
on
a
to.
paradigm. It's an idea of they've got that part figured out, and there's no room to grow. And so I if you are supposed to be moldable, if you're supposed to be the potter's clay, if you harden your heart to growing and learning, and there's a new thing that you can now discover that's been right in front of you the whole time, but the Father decides to remove the scales from your eyes, but you don't want to hear it because you're stuck in that paradigm. You're stuck in that, well, I don't need to discover anything else.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
That's in comfort zone. Yeah, but it's also, there's a level of complacency that goes along with all that.
And that to me is a huge thing, because none of us are the Messiah. Not one of us is perfect. Not one of us has reached righteousness based on our own works. So we should never,
Not
ever,
even close.
ever stop growing for the rest of our life. We should always be growing. And so when you meet people who have just reached this point of the comfort zone, where I do this, I go to church, I like my life the way it is, and I'm going to keep it just like this, but you're not like continuing to grow, you're not continuing to learn and understanding, you're just staying there. To me, that is a big sign of doing it wrong.
Okay, so there's a difference between studying your Bible and reading the Word as a self-help book, as like a daily reflection. Like, I'm going to read, I'm just going to open a page and read a verse, and today this is what this means to me today.
Uplifting.
This is totally what I've been going through today.
It works. That does happen.
You can do that shit, but you ain't going to grow. Yeah, you can totally do that. You could do that for 20 years, and you'll probably have a little smidge bit of some fruit, but you're not going to grow in understanding. You're not going to like flourish. You're not going to have that abundance of provision and blessings. It's going to take light years to have understanding and depth. And so for me, that unlock code, those verses, like Matthew 5:17 through 20, those unlock codes of what does that actually mean? I'm not going to just buzz through it. I'm going to look at that. What does that actually mean? Who's saying this? And how could it mean, if I'm reading it in context, how could it mean what they're saying if I believe those things don't mean that? See, studying, right? Not breezing through, not finding that area where you don't really understand and trying to figure that out. Like, those are the differences. This isn't a self-help book. I mean, it is, but it's not the way that we use it that way.
It's a user's manual.
That's not the proper way to read the Bible. It's not a storybook. It's not a self-help. It's not a daily meditations where I'm going to read a couple verses. There's a part in the Bible that is that. There's a part in the Bible that is for that. If you like Proverbs, right?
I just opened the Proverbs.
So you could do the Proverbs of the day, right? And that's wonderful, right? But that's not studying the Torah. It's not studying the book entirely, right? That's a daily reflection thing. But if you try to do that with the whole entirety of the Bible, you're misusing it because you're not actually learning from it. You're using it as like a little crutch to get you through a moment. And eventually, you're going to hit one that you don't understand or doesn't mean that to you, and you're going to flip to another one because you didn't like what that one said. And see, that's not it.
Encouraging community said that's horoscope crap.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Your will versus his will. A lot of people claim to be Christian, but in name only. Actually, being Christian is hard work, and that also means abstaining from sin. And that is something most people don't want to change. Yeah,
because they don't want to study to see what sin is. They are taught, and it's been through generations that people have been taught, well, it's the 10 Commandments, or it's this, or it's that. And it's like, if you feel bad about something, that's the Spirit convicting you. Not necessarily. There's lots of shit that I do that I don't feel bad about that I probably should feel bad about. And when I'm convicted is when there's fruit and there's change. I don't base things off of however somebody else thought about it, right? Off of man's theory. If I read this and it says this is bad, I'm convicted immediately. If I know it says counter of what I'm doing or acting like, I'm instantly convicted. Like, look in Corinthians when it talks about love is patient, love is kind. It doesn't do it. Like, all that list, there's not a person that I can think about in my life that I can read through that list and I'm not missing multiple of those things in that, because we're human and we're fallible and we're in a fallen state. So it's nonstop. So if you think you got it figured out, homie, you're tripping. There's just so much. This is me telling myself this. There's so much to grow in understanding.
There's also the aspect of like maintaining that spiritual, like, you know, we're open about recovery, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, you know, I think most of you know we're in recovery. There's a line in one of the books that says, like, what we have is a daily reprieve contingent on the maintenance of our spiritual condition.
Yep.
And so, like, that is applicable here because our walk is only as strong as our relationship in any given moment. Because the world can come in and distract us and stress us and cause confusion, and we could just, it's like you just take your eyes off for 1 second and you can go back into fear and anxiety and stress and all of that. But when we're in right relationship with the Father, living in everything we do for Him, which nobody is going to be able to maintain that 24/7 the rest of their life.
We're not perfect, and we're not going to be.
It's a growing experience. So, like, we learn to recognize this because we realize that this led us away last time, and then we had to come back. So now we'll be able to identify it quicker, and maybe it won't be so hard, and maybe it won't last so long.
Or maybe we'll be able to share that experience with somebody else, so they don't have to do the same thing we did.
But, like
our
to
kids.
me, trying to say, like, you know, I do believe this could be controversial, but I believe
controversial.
That me being dry in my faith and still obeying the commandments is way better than being dry in my faith without the commandments. If that makes sense, because when you're dry, like, to me, I call it dry. When I'm dry in my faith, my heart isn't quite right, if that makes sense. Like, I'm doing the things, I'm not quite feeling all of it. I'm not feeling that, like, cloud nine, like, super duper spiritual moment.
Not that it's all that way.
I'm reading the word, but it just is like words.
So you're on autopilot, you're going through the motions.
But that, to me, while having the commandments, is still better than me being without the commandments and trying to come out of that dryness, because at least keeping His commandments, I know that the reason He says these things is a reason. Every single commandment He said for a reason, whether it be spiritual, physical, mental, whatever it is.
So you break that down.
Go ahead.
So what you're saying is that if you're keeping the way and you're in a dry spot or you're in a spiritual funk, it's still better than having false doctrine and being in a spiritual funk?
Yeah. It's just harder to get out of it.
It is, because it's not based in truth. It's based in man's theory and doctrine on the Scripture.
Like, doing the commandments, it at least keeps you in His lane with Him. It at least keeps your life still operating with Him and through Him, but, like, it keeps you from straying as far, I guess.
Why is this locked?
I don't know how to do the things. I'm from Houston. Joel Osteen, billboards with his face on it, advertising for Lakewood Church are everywhere. Can't stand, man. Yeah, it's rough. There's a lot of, I remember at one point somebody was like, so they said, you're going to be like Joyce Myers, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Dude, I don't understand what's going on.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to read the chat bigger.
I keep pulling my hair and it gives me the chills.
Yeah. No, she's having little mini seizures.
No. He used to call him my demon.
How come it won't go over on site?
Why would it? It's up and down only.
Why is it up and down only?
So you can scroll.
Oh, you're in. Oh, that's why. Okay, I got it.
You're up and down.
No, I got it. I know why.
What is that? Wolfric?
No?
Kelly? Shalom, buckets of bobbles. If you don't feel as close today as you were yesterday, who moved? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for reals.
And usually it's just
bro.
tism schisms. Goodness. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that's like, it really can be so
No, legit. Like your phone will not go sideways.
You gotta enlarge it.
What's unlarge?
Enlarge.
Enlarge what?
Full screen.
Oh, you have to do that on your phone?
Yeah, but why are you watching that?
I'm not watching that. I'm trying to watch mine.
Trying to oh gosh, I thought that was Joel Osteen.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay. Oh, I know. He's stressing me out.
Just stop. I'm trying to find this.
Oh, that's not gonna. Yeah, that's.
How come it won't work on here?
Can anybody, if you turn your screen, does anybody have the ability to turn it? Because I'm pretty sure the way that it's oriented right now is just gonna make it only be able to be seen that way.
No, dude. I've done it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done it on my phone. This phone's
My phone
retarded.
must be broken.
Your phone's stupid.
Also,
I'm not a fan of the iPhones.
Listen.
BT dubs. I'm ready to go back already.
so when you can, if you're not familiar with canning, hold on.
When you're canning.
When you can with the canning canner, you can it like this, and then you wait for it to cool down, and then you take the ring off, and you check the seal to make sure it's actually sealed, and then you store it with the ring off, because if it goes bad,
You'll notice.
you'll know, because this will loosen and it'll get all yucky.
This one.
I just checked it. That one did not seal, so I'm very grateful that I checked it, because if I were to have left this on and it was holding the lid down this whole time, we could have had no friggin' clue that it was just bad the whole time.
Except for it probably got cloudy.
And at some point we would go to open it, and it would.
It's sealed now. See?
It's not sealed.
That's all I had to do. Was just.
Doesn't work.
I had to
YouTube forces portrait.
I had to crank the lid down. YouTube forces it. Okay. So BT dubs. When I tried to go live and I went to advanced settings, so that I could do the phone sideways, so you could easily see both of us and do it the other way. It didn't even have the option. It would have let me do it. So I don't know what's going on. It worked great the other day, but then now all of a sudden it's not working.
I really want to make bread and butter pickles. He said we made pickles with garden-grown cucumbers last year. Best pickles I had ever tasted in my life. When we cracked them open this summer.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, I wanna make bread and butter pickles. I love bread and butter pickles. I will just eat it, like it'll be like my midnight snack. I'll just sit up and eat them.
Yeah, I guess when it's up, it's just like other live
Just
chats.
put them in the fridge and eat them first. Exactly. Which is fine, because we go through a ridiculous amount of pickles. We all really like pickles.
I didn't know that this was a thing. Look.
That's why, remember with the one video where people are like, how come when I tap my screen, oh no, there's furries. How come when I tap my screen it uploads and it goes to another video?
Oh, what the? Yeah, bro. YouTube.
It's
on
because,
some weird shit
yeah,
right
and
now.
they were like, the video that I accidentally scrolled to was like, but this is how your video shows up in people's feed. They like scroll. What are you doing? I don't know where he went. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's gone.
I'm here.
Dill, bread and butter, sweet relish, dill relish, 3-day pickles. Yeah, I did some fridge pickles at first because I didn't have enough to do like canning. I mean, even this one I only had 3 jars. But stop! What are you doing? Oh my gosh! What is happening? This is embarrassing. Anyways, you just wait. You guys you just wait. On carnivore and the kosher half sour pickles are one of the things we miss, and olives. Oh my gosh. Why are you being so weird?
I just thought it was funny. I was trying to make you laugh.
I don't say hot.
No.
Hot?
You so hot?
Why you hot?
Look, see, they thought it was funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
wish
but
there
the
was-
funniest part is I was doing it.
I wish there was a cringing emoji.
There is.
What does it say? You shouldn't think more highly of yourself than you should, or something.
I don't think very highly of myself. I do that like.
He needs an air conditioner that'll cool him off. Caliente.
Yes, mucho caliente.
Fireball.
Hubba hubba.
That beard though.
Wrenches. I love you, bro. Yeah.
Wolfric Kelly. Who's that? How come I not know that name yet? Wolfric Kelly?
I don't know.
You said shalom earlier.
Oh.
I was gonna say, ow. B&B, oh. Bed and breakfast, no. Bread and butter. I'm looking forward to the next grindstone. Wait.
Deployment.
B&B must be a person.
It's buckets and Bibles.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
I'm all
It's all good.
bread and butter pickles.
Bread and butter. I'm looking forward to the next deployment. I'm going to get down on some pickles. Bread and butter. Yeet. Hold on, I got to have these on to do that shit. Yeet. Oh yeah,
God.
brother.
Oh. Dill, and deal. Oh, I'm thinking Gatorade. H2O.
Yeah, we're obviously getting a little delirious, but we've been at it for 2 hours and some odd, I don't know. How long? Does it say? How long we've been live for?
It doesn't.
It does.
Yours does 177 minutes.
It does if you go like this.
Wait, just go back.
It doesn't give you the time? Oh, weird.
Just do this, you crazy.
Oh.
177 divided by 60 equals 2.95, almost 3 hours.
3 horas. Yeah.
Aura, isn't that what you have before you have a seizure?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not you, but...
Macho Man Panda. Not so much, bro. Sometimes.
Been in and out a few times. I am as a ninja. You never know when I am here. Buckets of Bible. Wolfric Kelly.
Nice.
I like that. I like you already.
I like ninjas.
Got a revelation question. What's up?
Oh, send it. You know what, dude? You got to do it when... You can do it, but I'll probably have to refer you to technically Torah.
But maybe we're gonna, if
Go
it's
ahead.
something that we can't handle,
just send it. Go ahead.
Yeah. If we can't handle it, if we don't know, we will.
That was a gnarly kombucha burp.
Is there any more left?
Is this? Yeah. Have some.
Macho Man Pandy Savage.
Dang it. You got me.
Hola, que onda, güey? No. Kind of stupid. The 2 horns that the false prophet has. Do you think those 2 horns are Muhammad and Joseph Smith?
Negative.
I think that's very specific.
Well, let's go to it. Let's go to Revelations. Here, take that. And what chapter is that? Is like... Jeez.
The 2 horns.
2 horns. Is it in... Oh, I just don't know it. All right, tell me what chapter that's in. Revelation.
Let's find the prophets. No. Not the 2 prophets, but the other ones. The bad ones.
Yeah.
The bad ones. You're sweaty. 1311.
1311. We're coming down 1311 right here, boys. Yee! Oh, sorry.
Shalom, Jimmy.
Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr.
What's up there? What's up there, Jim?
1311.
Shabbat shalom. For
Then
sure.
I saw another beast rising out of the earth that had 2 horns like a lamb and it spoke like a dragon.
2 horns, like a lamb.
Exercise it. Wait, 11.
But it spoke like a dragon. And it exercised its what?
All authority of the first... Wait, it exercises all the authority of the first beast in its presence.
Okay, go back to the first
and
beast.
its inhabitants worship the first beast.
Okay, so go back to the first beast.
First beast? And I saw a beast rising out of the sea with 10 horns and 7 heads and 10 diadems.
Uh-huh.
Diadems on its horns and blasphemous names on its heads. And the beast that I saw was like a leopard. Its feet were like a bear's, and its mouth was like a lion's mouth. And to it, the dragon gave his power and his throne and great authority. One of its heads seemed to have a mortal wound, but its mortal wound was healed. And the whole earth marveled as they followed the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, for he had given his authority to the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, "Who is like the beast, and who can fight against it?" And the beast was given a mouth uttering haughty and blasphemous words, and it was allowed to exercise authority for 42 months. It opened its mouth to utter blasphemies against God, blaspheming his name and his dwelling. That is, those who dwell in heaven. Also, it was allowed to make war on the saints and to conquer them. And authority was given. That's Daniel 11. And authority was given it over every tribe and people and language and nation, and all who dwell on the earth will worship it. Everyone whose name has not been written before the foundation of the world in the book of life of the Lamb who was slain. If anyone who has an ear, let him hear. If anyone is to be taken captive, to captivity he goes. If anyone is to be slain with the sword must he be slain. Here is the call for the endurance and faith of the saints. So then the second beast. And I saw another beast rising out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb, and it spoke like a dragon.
It had 2 horns like a lamb. Okay, so it looks harmless.
And it spoke like a dragon.
But it talks some major shit. Tracking?
Howitzer heels on. What's up, guy?
What's up, Howza? Shalomi, homie.
It exercises all the authority of the first beast in its presence, and makes the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose mortal wound was healed.
Okay, so the first beast had all these. It was like pretty big, right? So it speaks. Now hold on. We got a dragon, we got a beast, and then we got another beast. Is this the false prophet? Shit, man, I can't remember. It causes them to worship. Is this the false prophet beast?
I think we'd have to read the whole thing.
I don't know. You might have to.
Then I saw another beast rising out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb, and it spoke like a dragon. It exercises all the authority of the first beast in its presence, and makes the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose mortal wound was healed. It performs great signs, even making fire come down from heaven to earth in front of people. And by the signs that it is allowed to work in the presence of the beast, it deceives those who dwell on earth, telling them to make an image for the beast that was wounded by the sword and yet lived. And it was allowed to give breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast might even speak, and might cause those who would not worship the image of the beast to be slain. And it causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark. That is the name of the beast, or the number of its name. This calls for the wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. I wonder if this is going to be match.
Bro, honestly, dude, this is such a good one because I've got little tidbits, but I don't have enough to articulate it. And part of that is because my head's starting to spin because I'm sleepy time. Not because I'm on drugs, but I'm super tired. Dude, we should get Tactically Torah on here and we'll do a live together, or maybe we'll just sit like next to each other and do one, because that dude is a fountain
of revelation.
Of knowledge when it comes to revelation. He's really
Iron Wolf says,
he's really got a lot of good take. I mean, I do too on some stuff. I think we both complement our understanding, but he's got some really cool stuff. I don't think I'm right there right now. I can't articulate nothing good enough for you.
My brain is not absorbing any of it.
So even my interpretation I can't articulate right now because I'm sleepy time, and it's I don't want to ruin it. So we're gonna save that one for another day. But that's a good one. The description
of the first beast is almost identical to the statue in front of the UN building. Hemi says they just looked it up. It totally looks like the UN statue.
The UN statue.
So let's look it up.
So we're gonna look it up really quick. I don't think. So there's one, oh, actually, I don't remember the UN one. Maybe I'm thinking of the one in front of CERN. Because there's one in front of CERN, too, but I don't think it's the same thing. Let's see. Where's it at?
Oh. Is that the right?
Oh,
doesn't
it's
look like a
that's
lamb. Does it have
no,
a horn?
no. This is the first beast. It's got bear
maybe
claws.
I don't know if that's legit.
It's a leopard, and it's got freaking whatever. I don't know if
Green.
it's legit either.
The statue. No, that.
No,
Okay.
that's legit.
That's
That's what it is.
2021.
That's what it is.
X. Ugh.
No, that's not the right
I
X.
don't like that.
Yeah, no. No, thank you.
Oh, no, it's not.
I don't like that either. But that's some imagery. Wait.
Wait, I'm looking. Statues depicting large cats with wings can be found all over the world. These are other ones.
Yeah, but not like that one. I wanted to see those pics.
I'm trying to find the right. I don't know if we're looking at the right one.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Is
So
that the kitty cat one? The meow meow.
that's a
wings?
big meow meow. Interesting
Kitty cat,
stuff,
meow,
man.
meow.
Yeah, the CERN one is definitely different. It looks more like some kind of Buddha or some weird shit with a bunch of arms. I don't know what it is. That's the one. That's the CERN one.
Oh yeah, Shiba.
Yeah, whatever
Shiba?
that thing is.
Shiba?
Yeah.
No, that's not Shiba.
Shiba.
Shiba
think,
is
yeah.
like where you do dinner for dying people.
Bullshitta.
Ow, I mean for dead people.
Yeah, I'm super duper tired. We're talking about Bibles and then we're gonna cuss a little bit.
We're like, my brain once this happens,
We're like redneck Hebrews.
it's like all memories goes away. So I don't retain anything. Like my brain has like closed. I can still be here, but I won't remember.
And then
any
if
of
you
it.
read that little label and it says that it's got 9 billion living probiotics
often-
in it.
so
I get
often
the what it looks like under a microscope thing in my head.
Ow.
And it kind of grosses me out a little bit. But it tastes good.
Sawson says, coming from Hooter and Study, where are we? Where
Oh.
are we?
I don't know where we're at, bro.
I don't know where I am.
Yeah, we're about to clock off of this thing because we've been on for like 3 hours.
And
So
once we start rambling like this,
yeah,
it
we're already
usually
rambling.
means it's time for night-night.
Yeah, we're
Because at this point, we're gonna just hang out.
Hauser Hill, Shabbat Shalom, broski. Love you, fam.
Check you later.
Yeah, we're gonna bump off of here, guys. It's been a blast again. That's it.
Dada's home.
Yeah, I'm home finally. But I'm gonna get some yonder. I'm gonna go take me a hot shower and climb in my most comfortable bed on the planet and get me some Shabbat. Yeah, appreciate you guys, man. This was super fun. I missed you guys last week, so this is good. Y'all stay salty.